Appreciate you coming.
Sir. Gannon. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one. Gannon. What's that? Oh, I'm getting on. I gotta make sure this is low.
See, I be feeling bad because he be doing like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
I just sit back and enjoy the ride.
yeah, he does it all the time.
Okay. I don't mind doing the grunt work. It doesn't bother me.
I've never been on a podcast.
Did you get our christenings?
I'm getting on.
Oh, you sat down, so I was like,
Get me in.
okay, I got you.
I've never been on a podcast.
Oh,
I know that's what I was saying. You've never
I've been on like radio interviews and shit like that,
Yeah.
but no.
And we don't, you know, and our thing is we don't. See, it's kind of like you. It's like we don't look to do anything. Like we're not. This is just for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not. We're just here. We've been through some shit. Me and him was just one day. I had an idea, and it was actually a EP. EP called Roaches, and I did one. I just never dropped it like that.
Yeah.
Fat sweaty Betty over here, just leaking.
What is that whip?
Yeah. And then I was like, I want to do a podcast. I was thinking about this place in Waynesboro, and then I was like, why be paying that much? And Phil was like, yo, let's just fucking do it here. And I'm like, because I used to always tell him this shit is meant for something. I was like, can you imagine if Drake walked in here?
Yeah.
Drake would be like, yo, put the mic right now. I can record a whole album in this bitch. It gives you the euphoria, bro, of everything you could possibly
There's so much shit in here.
Look behind you, bro. Look at all this shit like above your head and shit. Man. It's like, look over there, bro. Look like over there.
Yeah. It's like Stranger Things, bro. It's like it's the upside down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You'll never get enough.
That's what makes a good podcast, though, is all this, you know, when they have a unique
environment.
Like,
and it was kind of inspired, too, because not only am I just a complete freak of collecting, I love nostalgia, old stuff, stuff I've saved as a child, and then just a collector at heart. I just love collecting. Yeah. But also, at the same time, being in a studio, you know, you're down here writing, like, man, I need some reference bars. You could just take a look around and be like, there's Ren and Stimpy, there's Hey Arnold, there's, you know, put you Nick at Night, like Ren and Stimpy, you know, like just random shit. Just anything, just kind of spark up some inspiration.
Bro, dude, I got that from forever.
I got that from New York at Sony. Yeah. I got that mixtape, and it was the J. Cole promo. Okay. When they first dropped, because this was back in 2011, 12, maybe.
Dude, that's when I was having like label meetings and shit too.
Yeah,
Universal. I was with Universal.
Yeah, so I was up at Sony, and I was with Kirk Lightburn, Leon Youngblood, and
I remember Leon Youngblood. I remember his name.
Yeah.
Every time you bring
that's fam, no. That's still my guy, man.
It's not that he was, you know, but
it was quite a.
See, man, Violator back then, Violator Records was fucking with me.
Yeah.
And then Chris Lighty fucking killed himself.
Yeah.
And it fucked my whole
the wildest
shit.
Thing.
And then he was like, fucking. It's before like, you know, MGK. It's before like every label thought that like M was about to retire and shit, and they were trying to fill a void. That's before Mac Miller. That's before MGK. That's before Yellow Wolf. All these white rappers.
There was a movement. That's actually great. You said that. That's great.
And I was in talks with Violator. I went to like 3-4 meetings with them.
Yeah, Violator was. Yeah, I remember that because not only you, but it was also was it Jake?
Yeah, Busta Rhymes,
Jake Crawford, and Skylar White, and the other white boy.
What, for Violator?
Yeah.
Oh,
there was a couple different
Rob Needs and whatever.
That's it. Yeah,
I went
Robert
to the
Needy.
First one. Yeah. I went to that first meeting with them
because Mateo was involved in that too. Yeah, there was a lot of
dope ass white boys back
there. You know what? The Hub City did that. Hey, Hub City did that. We in here, man. So I got the 301 tattooed on the back of my arm.
The 30 Wizzy.
I ain't from Baltimore, but I'm a fucking city charm. Well, shit.
We out here chilling by City Farms, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
With the itty bitty charms.
I'm watching South Park with them Integrity Farms.
You hear about that South Park deal? They just did a huge fucking deal.
Great.
Billion some dollar deal with
Comedy Central or Paramount.
Paramount, I think.
It's legendary, bro. Shout out to South Park, man. You already know. You already know the vibes where we at, bro.
You ready to get into this, brother?
We're ready to get into this thing, man. We about to go crazy.
Boom. Yes, indeedy. Roaches.
Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, Dirty Phil, coming to you live in the exquisite destination, the places of all the new and familiar faces. And to the right of me, you already knighted see. If I had a suit of armor, you'd be probably wearing and sweating it out because it'd be hot as shit. Big Skies, Mike Skies, Dark Skies, the Burnt Man, aka Spawn up in this motherfucker. Day of days, lo and behold, on a Sunday, God bless everybody. We got an extremely veteran, seasoned, phenomenal talent, a guest that's so long overdue. And even personally face to face after fucking all this time, man. Yeah. Finally in the same room together, the heavy hitting white boy. You already know we got Ryan Collins in the building, aka Collins.
What's going on?
And formerly 301.
Yes, sir.
At one point in time, way back in the day.
And we're not just talking about just somebody that just is somebody that came on the podcast. We're talking about someone that left an imprint that was making waves. Not even just here locally, but it was making waves.
And came in with an incredible impact too.
And back in this time, it wasn't the internet like that, so it was the magazines. It was MySpace, probably more.
Well, no, it was the start of the era of like the YouTube, the Facebooks, and all that.
I was back in MySpace. Yeah,
back in MySpace.
For sure.
And you're right, you did we did have internet, didn't we? Because you did Facebook.
Yeah,
more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I grew with the internet. I remember I put out a YouTube video. My very first YouTube video. Yeah. That was like 2012 or something.
But I'm talking about more or less when it started popping for the internet.
That's the era.
Like 2012?
Yeah, it's the I'd say the 2010s.
Yeah, 2010 maybe.
2010s. And notoriously enough.
So they were new.
Yeah, our guy right here went extremely viral on record under the alias 301, correct?
Cloud9. That was my group.
That was Cloud9. Yeah. That was the Million Man Army.
Million Man Army?
No. That was it's called When You Come Home. It's a if that's the one you're talking about, it had like 4-point-something million views.
Yeah, but I thought Million Man Army went.
Million Man Army did all right.
Yeah.
But that one is my most rock. Was the When You Come Home.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And that was under Cloud9. That's a group before I even became a solo artist.
Oh, wow. See, this is something I didn't even know. I remember Cloud9. Yeah. So who was in that group?
It was me and my boy Matt.
Okay.
He's from Charlestown, West Virginia. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So what made you decide that you wanted to get into the hip hop? Like what led you, and what age, like what time frame did you figure out you wanted to be doing something as far as this artistry goes?
I was always artistic, like growing up, I could draw, and I don't know, something just guided me towards hip hop music. I like the message. I like that they wrote their own lyrics, that everything was raw, and it told a story of struggle and then come up. And
we're talking real authentic hip hop, not that fabricated bullshit we hear today.
Yeah, for sure,
for the most part.
And
good shit.
I think the first CD that I bought on myself, CDs, we're talking CDs. The first CD that I bought was Dre 2001. And I also had like Ja Rule, Vedi Vedi Vici.
Yeah.
Which was like,
holla.
Yeah, that shit.
Rest in peace, Irv Gotti, too. One of the greatest producers of all time.
Rest in peace, Irv Gotti, man.
I can't remember. I think those were one of the first, that I actually bought myself. But I had been into hip hop prior to that. Just listening to stuff on the Walkman and shit like that. But man, I just, I was brought up around all different types of music.
Right. Where'd you grow up at? Like what?
Sharpsburg,
Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
This is all your life. It was a hip hop. Is it?
It was hip hop. No, I mean I grew up on like classic rock.
Yeah. I mean, in
But
Sharpsburg,
everything.
it's kind of sticks. Like,
Yeah,
talking
it
anti and
sticks.
battlefield type
It sticks
shit.
for
bro.
sure. We had 12 acres.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like,
Word.
in the country.
Shout out to Sharpsburg.
And I was just out that way yesterday at the Ag Center for the it was the Lead Don't Follow event, the fundraiser for like addiction and things like that, the car show,
Shout out to that.
one of the certified cheesesteak tester, you know what I mean? Your boy wasn't built from walking, but he loves some cheesesteaks. He gave me some cheesesteaks, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to J-Law, had me on the panel for being a certified cheesesteak tester. That was dope as shit. That shit was
One
crazy.
of the OGs, man, the cheesesteak champion of the world. Fucking doing big things, man. I love J-Law.
Yeah, man. And before we go any further, we gotta do our own little christening here on the episode of every episode of Roaches Podcast. I got 2 shots poured up for us to christen out a little that weed.
Yes, sir.
I got you your nice green weed shot glass.
You, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Teased in. I'm wearing my shot glass today, ironically. Now, you know what I mean? I am the Hagerstown Heisenberg. I'll be on that cook-up-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not in danger. I am the danger.
Shout out to him.
Cheers to Collins, our boy.
Cheers to Collins. Man.
Yes, sir. Ski. And of course, you know it ain't right if your boys ain't sipping that natural light. I got that crisp, refreshing, sipping every podcast session. You already know we
When
going
they
in
change
with
the
that.
cans to look like that.
Dude, they do the modern day vintage, bro.
See, I never really drank beer, so I was like,
I'm not. It seemed like.
And if you notice the pure insulation.
I did notice that. That's wild.
One day y'all will get the. If you haven't seen the roof,
I need that Natter Day bag.
you haven't seen
Yeah.
the roof.
I need that
if you
Natter Day
haven't seen
bag. I
the
need
roof.
natural light bag, bro.
Yeah,
That's
that
all
shit
I'm
is
saying.
wild.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Yeah,
But
so,
yo, this is so wild, man. To have you on this on the Roaches podcast, like I said, well overdue. And we could say you're kind of tenfolded over on a whole roach pack that you deserve.
yeah, man.
Okay.
With everything that you've done. And I want to get back to kind of the nitty and gritty from back in the day.
Sure.
Because when you came on the scene, it was right within that realm of the Hub City hip hop.
Yep.
Almost like towards the end of it, where like that kind of new era began.
Okay.
Where the Jake Crawfords, the Skylar Whites,
The Dirty Phils.
Dirty Phils.
We're gonna put you in that era. We're gonna put every white boy that I ever seen, because I was older than all y'all.
Yeah.
But I looked at all y'all as like, okay, you're all popping at the same time.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
of
lot
course the Wiley Flues and the
Hell
Humble Hoodlums
yo,
and all
shout
that
out to
jazz.
Peace, Wiley Flu, man.
Shout out to
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, my man.
So I know.
And that's crazy. I got a story about that too.
Word, what about him?
Go ahead.
Well, I just that night, man, I was supposed to pick him up from Hagerstown.
Yeah.
And on my way back home from work, because we both lived in West Virginia at the time. So I had hit him up, and it was planned that I was going to pick him up, scoop him, take him back to Falling Waters.
Yeah.
And he never answered the phone, and I'm like, what the fuck? That ain't like him. He always hits me back.
Yeah.
And then I woke up to that news, man. So that was sad. That sucks. Rest in peace, Wiley.
Yeah, rest in peace, Wiley, man. We
Rest in peace to you, man.
and what's crazy about like the culture when it comes to Hub City hip hop is like I feel like everybody who comes down here, they have their own moment of time on when that happened.
Yeah.
Like everybody remembers it so
Yeah.
distinctively because it was such a culture shock for I think everybody.
Hometown hero.
Yeah,
Because
hometown hero, bro.
The hip hop scene was so tight knit.
Yeah.
Even though everybody was, we were all competing, but we were tight knit. You knew what was kind of going on. Everyone did a great job with their marketing back then, so you knew what was going on with everybody. So when that hit the waves, it was like, wow.
Yeah, collectively, that definitely it made a extremely major impact on the hip hop community locally, and even in our tri-state area, man. And I mean, obviously, his legacy lives on. Still spoke highly about to
and
this
that's the
day.
beautiful thing. Think about that instead of
thing.
the other stuff.
For sure,
So
for
the
sure,
legacy
man.
lives on.
His
It's
legacy
great.
did live on. He was like a pioneer in the show scene.
Oh, dude,
this motherfucker was booking
monster.
He put me on quite a few shows.
He put me on
opening up for like Ritz and opening up for. I opened up for King Crooked.
Yeah.
You know?
For me personally, it was
Wiley.
it was our first show. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we were in close knit, and this was before I even knew J Law at that point in time. This goes to show you how far back it was. But it's like when I was engineering what we called the Hub City Wu-Tang, where it was just a group of people who would come to my third floor apartment on 232 North Potomac Street in the sweatshop. We call it hot as a motherfucker. Everybody crammed in there smelling like onion sandwiches, bro. In a hot ass fucking like bed cover booth. And dude, I was mixing and engineering and producing for everybody, man. And Wiley just being who he was, but like, bro, I got a show. You guys want to hop on? And we were able to showcase. And that was out at the Morgansville Ruritan of Morgans Avenue, man. And that was our first show that we ever had, and I
nice.
forever.
So that's a hell of a memory. Your very first show.
Well, I was there with him. I was there with him.
Show.
I was there with you.
The very first.
I didn't even know. I don't think we
didn't know each other at that time.
Nah, we weren't tight, but I think we were cordial because you was out there. I'm like, hey, what up, Dirty Phil? I didn't think that we just weren't recording at the time. It's the time you had the piercing in your lip because I went to that show.
Well, I had the long ass skater hair.
The long skater hair. Skater hair.
I was rocking the famous shit all the time.
Yeah. He was totally different, but I think
I remember that film.
We was all outside because everybody was outside the Ruritan for a while there. We was all just outside, just sitting outside, standing outside.
But then, once you got in there, and what was nice about the Morgansville Ruritan is it had the big stage, man. And then once you got on that stage, bro, it was like you snap into a whole other world, man. And I was so wet behind the ears back then, though, bro. I thought
Super Row too. That whole Humble Hoodlum.
Yeah, you know what? Check
all them.
We did a whole podcast with them. If you didn't know, we did a whole. We talked about all that.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, you check it out, man. Shout out to Super Row. Shout out to Psych Sick.
Yeah, they're still carrying the shit on.
Yeah, they still. You know? We did a cipher with them too. You know, we got a cipher with them.
The Podcrack cipher. That was
yeah. We'll let you check that out after this, probably. Yeah, we did a little podcast, and it's like a little Roaches.
Man, that was a 3-hour one too, man. That was a big.
Hey, maybe we can get Collins. Maybe we can get Collins on this next one. Shout out to we can get Collins on the 16. What y'all think on the Roaches podcast?
It's gotta happen.
Yeah,
it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. So back to you. On what were your influences growing up? Like as far as hip hop goes, that made you. Man, there had to be something too besides the struggle, the everyday life thing. But was there an artist or anything like that?
I think I don't know. I was influenced by so many different artists. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just hip hop. Right. It wasn't just hip hop. But man, some of my big influences back then were probably M. Okay. M for sure.
Shout out to M.
Like Ludacris.
My top guys.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like that's back when That's back when music was like. That's some of the best. Nelly. Yeah. Nelly is the originator of like singing and this new age shit.
Singing hip hop.
Singing hip hop. He brought that in. Everybody,
You think so?
I think so.
Oh,
I think that he made it mainstream. With the singing and that, because he put out R&B albums, he put out hip hop albums, he did.
I think it's between me personally. I think it's between Ja Rule and 50. I think it's between both of them. I don't know who. But me personally, that made it the thing was Ja Rule and 50. Well, I want to say Ja Rule.
Ja did too, yeah.
I want to say Ja Rule more or less made this shit what it is.
I hated Ja Rule. I'm what? Man. I don't care, bro. I hated Ja Rule.
Man, Ja Rule was that dude. Look, I gotta get Ja Rule, but it teaches
back in the day, I
teaches him. Teaches him.
I never.
Once him and 50, I took sides.
I did too. I was like, 50 gonna kill him, 50. And it wasn't even that. It was I studied 50. I was on the 50 going to New York to get his CDs, West 28th Street.
Oh, okay.
We was up there going because we owned a store. We not owned a store, but we had a store out in the Country Club Mall up in Cumberland.
Okay.
So we were coming back with the the fake Air Force Ones, the fake all this shit, selling them, doing whatever. The jeans that had the creases in them to cut you and shit like a razor and shit. You touch them and shit like paper and shit. You sit down and rip.
Man, I can't.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
No, but for me, man, it felt like Nelly had a long career.
Yeah,
like in the spotlight, but. Some of his first shit on like Country Grammar and like
it's a great album, man.
That came out before 50,
Nah.
That came out before 50 went mainstream. I think it did. I think it did.
I'm not gonna say
Then 50 went in.
I'm not gonna say that I don't agree with you.
50 was out because he was
underground.
He was underground for a while.
Yeah,
he was on that New York.
50 was known though first.
Man,
50 was known. He was, man.
Yeah, but Nelly was main. Like he said, like
He's one of them people.
Yeah, they young. They young.
Hey, Joe,
50,
pull that up.
Look, they young. You know 50's album, his first album. You know what his first album name was? You know what his first album name was?
Who, 50?
Yeah, his first big album.
I don't know.
His first big album's name was The Power of the Dollar.
Okay.
But he was signed by Columbia Records.
Yeah, I remember.
He got shelved. Yeah, he got shot during it.
Okay.
And it had Beyonce. He was gonna break. It was Destiny's Child when they was dope.
Okay.
When they first came out, and he had them on one of their first major records, but he couldn't even. Yeah, he couldn't even put the album out. So 50 was known. 50 was there. But I think personally, for me, I don't know. I ain't gonna say. I want to say Ja Rule because Ja Rule got to it before 50 did, and then 50 came in and destroyed Ja Rule. This is because 50 got shot. But I think Ja Rule was the what I do with my baby. Nah, man, don't even do that. See, look,
I know Brady.
That shit.
Brady
you in the
be
club?
like, oh,
they had a run.
You in the club? They had a serious run. We're not gonna sit here and shit on Ja Rule. A lot of his singles will trash any of these shits.
Yeah.
If you hear him in the club, all his singles, you be like, you can't sit there and be like, man, this shit is weak. No, you won't.
No.
You be like, yo, all right, my woman dancing to this. My woman, my lady dancing to this. So I'm not gonna say
I don't know about the time. Like as far as influences,
Yeah.
But like my favorite band is like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Man, the live shows that I've been to in my life are crazy, and it just shows kind of my influence in music. You know, I've been from like Bob Dylan, where I'm at that bitch underage with a fake ID, getting barefoot at this concert.
I'm with you.
Like, I'm into that, and then it went the whole way to like G Unit. I went to the Anger Management tour with M and G Unit, and you
ready?
Yeah, Lil Jon was there.
Let's chalk it up for the white boys here.
Right.
Nelly came out first. His debut album, Country Grammar, released in 2000, while 50 Cent's debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, came out 2003.
But I never said he did.
Nah, son,
I didn't say he did. Did I say that?
We're talking mainstream.
No, did I say that? But did I say that? I didn't say none of that. What I said was, did y'all know
first
that his first album didn't come out? It didn't come out because he got shot in Colombia.
All I'm saying.
But no, I
know now. I
couldn't answer that. I was like, I'm not going to answer that because I'm like, I don't know.
But I knew Nelly blew before that happened. Bro.
Yeah, I didn't know. Shit. But then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, it probably was Nelly. Because 50 came out. When 50 came out, there was nothing after him.
Oh, 50.
So you're right. It had to have been Nelly first. Yeah, because 50 destroyed New York hip hop. He just destroyed it with his dominance.
And see, I'm sure if you were from the New York area,
he destroyed it.
You heard of 50 way before, for sure. So
that's like that's thing too. Underground.
We were 50 fanatics before he was even known to the world, bro.
Yeah.
Before he got shot, we was listening to 50 on mixtapes.
Now I do.
See, I got introduced to 50 with Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, see, we was
same here.
So that's
same here.
Yeah,
see, I was mixtapes before that. I was mixtapes before that. I was before he got shot. I was.
So I wasn't in the mixtape circuit until like probably 2006, 7. Yeah, 2006 was probably when the mixtape era hit for me.
Yeah.
I was still like, I heard a song, fucking loved it, downloaded it, dropped it to a mixtape, but that shit would be laced with like rock, hip hop, old school shit. Yeah. Like I would just make like these crazy mixes just with songs that I liked. That's why a lot of people call me cap on like some of my music preferences because I wasn't like culturally appropriate, so to speak.
No,
but
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Fuck that, because I do want to rewind back to something that you had said about like the rock concerts and being
I went to Ozfest. I've been to like, shout out to Ozzy too.
That's what I'm saying. Rest in peace to the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy, man. It's crazy. I got an Ozzy right there in between Run DMC and Kiss.
Okay.
Got the Ozman right there hanging out. And 2003 Merriweather in Virginia, my mother took me to Ozfest, and I got to see Ozzy live amongst Korn.
What year was that?
Merriweather Pavilion.
Yeah, what year? Do you remember? 2003. It could have been when I went.
Which would have been crazy. Cradle of Filth was there. Marilyn Manson was there.
Yeah, there was
Disturbed.
A whole bunch of
Korn.
there was a whole bunch, man.
Dude, and that was one of the most memorable That was my first major concert I actually went to before anything.
Yeah.
So to see all these bands that I listened to and see this shit live, like I knew this is before my music career even took a boner into it. You know what I mean?
Oh God! No. He said
but
that.
Like I'm saying, like you know what I mean? Like it's before I even knew I wanted to do music, but I've always had this tie-in with music. But like seeing the live bands and these major bands that you listen to, and to see them live on the stage, and it's crazy to see the legacies that most of these guys have went through. And like Slipknot, one of my favorite bands of all time, was put on by Ozzy because of his son Jack. It was like, yo, I love this band. And in 1999, Ozzy wanted to be the 10th member of Slipknot.
Oh, shit.
And Corey Taylor told that story, and it was like after that, like Ozzy gave him a big hug, and it was completely, history after that. And he even said that, if it was not for Ozzy, Slipknot would not be who they were.
Yeah,
so it's like
sure.
All the musical aspirations and influence that we all three go through, it's like, so wide and far, but yet we're still so connected in one essential key element, and it's just the music itself.
As far as hip hop, man,
shout out to the white boy shit. Shout out to the white boy shit. Shout out to the
Let's go.
I'm just a lover of music. I'm a lover of music.
So with that, because that's why we're here. One of those reasons why we're here. Why the name? Why the name Ryan Collins? Why use your government name?
I just feel as an artist, I get deep and I get personal in my music, and I want that just to be transparent. I'm transparent. It's me. That's what you're gonna get.
Do you feel like having a, say, like if you just called your names, you call yourself Collins the artist, right? That's still an alter ego.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you have something against that? Or
No, I don't have nothing against it. No.
Okay. Do you think people with alter, like
I think it depends too, like at which point I am in my career. Like,
Bang.
Something that's more marketable. Yeah, I might have came up with a name like, back, say when I had like these label meetings, and I wouldn't have been opposed to it if they would have changed my shit.
Right.
But everybody from my home area knew me as Collins. I mean, the only people that called me Ryan were my family and my girlfriends. Ever. Everybody knew me as Collins. So that's just what I went by. That's what everybody knew me by. And, I was doing house parties from early on. Like, before y'all knew me, I was just bumping house parties, like Cloud9 back then. Me and my boy Matt, we were doing, I got video footage of just house parties, and, like, we played Stingers in Boonesboro when that was a big ass, like, they were bringing national acts into that venue.
Stingers?
Yeah, Stingers.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if you've ever been inside there, but that shit is,
Old band, something less.
Man,
old punk rock band.
So the first show I did, the first like real show where we sold tickets and we got cut to the door and things like that, was it was with Dreams and Fear, which was a metal band.
Wow. They
were the headliner, and then they just tagged us along because we had this fucking following that was nuts in Boonesboro and the surrounding areas. They ended up coming. They had the fire marshal come in to check the capacity, and like that place was packed. It was just absolutely packed, and that was
Isn't it the coolest feeling ever?
Yes, it is, and that was like our first big deal. We had just been doing house parties and like things where people were like, I was putting out mixtapes and just selling them. Like, I remember in like 8th, 9th grade, I was selling mixtapes out my backpack at school. Yeah, like for sure. And I used to just be a hustler. I'd be selling like, I sold everything. Yeah. And probably the hardest thing I've ever sold in my life was music. Yeah. Because you're selling yourself to somebody that doesn't have to believe in you.
And you want them to...
You want them to
appreciate
it because you put the work in. Yeah, exactly. For sure.
It's way more personable when it comes to that, too.
But back in the day, I used to skateboard, like all throughout this, and so I'd sell... We had this company called Horizon Skateboards where I'd get blank decks, and... had a dude that a buddy of mine that did like airbrush shit, and he would paint the decks, and we'd sell those. I'd be selling T-shirts at school, and then it just kind of went into music, and selling music, right? And but like I want to go back to your other one. I mean, as far as hip hop influence, man, I used to have a CD album, and like I would constantly bump it, and I mean, it was so diverse. But as far as hip hop, I had like Busta Rhymes, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Right.
Eminem, G Unit, you know, Nelly. I had Onyx, like just like way back shit.
Have you ever been compared? Because I've heard, me personally, I've heard certain comparisons. You know, sometimes we get compared to people. Have you heard anybody that you were compared to? Any artists that you were compared to?
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying that from a standpoint of, you know, when you're from the outside.
I mean,
Like when you're like looking on another side, you hear things from.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard from people like
what'd you hear?
Just like how my delivery is just kind of like I've been compared, but I think that a lot of it is just that I'm white.
Okay.
So they compare me to M type delivery.
M?
Or that's what they've said, you know, and I don't agree with it. I don't think so.
I don't know
But I think that people that just don't know much about hip hop is they're like, oh, it's a white boy rapping.
White guy. So
that's like that's their go-to.
It's gotta be
and
that.
That's what I mean. I don't agree with it.
Well, it's gotta be that because
Joyner Lucas. I've been compared to Joyner in certain aspects too.
Damn, I never thought of that one.
Yeah.
See, I never thought of. See, I've always heard like who was it? Like Bubba Sparks.
Bubba Sparks, okay. Yeah, he was a country boy. I was
what was the other guy's name too? It was Bubba Sparks mainly, but I was like
Paul Wall.
Paul Wall,
yeah.
Someone say, you know what I mean? And these are not.
Paul Wall's trying to make a little comeback.
It's not like that's not insults. Those white dudes help the South come up. Like they
for sure.
Back in the day, you gotta get them fucking mixtapes these motherfuckers came up with. That's when they really spitting. Like that's a difference when you get in the industry. You be making some fucking commercial ass music and shit to sell.
Yeah.
You gotta sell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not many Kendricks and M's around. There's not many people like that. Jay's is not. You gotta do certain things to sell, but before that, you gotta, you know what I mean, do what you gotta do. But your influences, it seemed like it was like a certain era of hip hop.
An era of hip hop. That's what Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z
got you.
Some of Jay's first shit.
Got you. Now, what was your? Okay,
I'm even talking to Red Hot Chili Peppers before they even became more rock. They were kind of just, you know, on a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
Some of their blood, sugar, sex, magic shit. Like back then, I don't know, man. As far as live show, I think that growing up in this area had a lot to do with the music that I heard.
Yeah.
But I always just had this love for hip hop, like deep, and I was a hip hop head, like and I would study. Study the craft.
Yeah.
And that's what interested me the most because, and I like to hear some of these hood stories that I know nothing about because I wasn't from the hood.
Yeah. And
I loved hearing that and their shit. I think that everybody can get something out of hip hop music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not a huge fan of like this era. There's certain artists I like. I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a hater. I just like what I like. Like shit on my playlist is probably different,
Bro, and I guarantee you and I are the exact fucking same. I guarantee it, bro.
What are some of your influences now? Like
now?
It's not influences, but who do you listen to now?
Oh,
hip hop wise,
That's actually
or
funny.
whatever. It doesn't matter. What are you listening to? It doesn't even have to be hip hop. It could be anything.
Hip hop wise.
Anything. It could be anything. Fuck the hip hop.
Yeah. Well, what's your go-to on like your playlist?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's diverse. But,
it's diverse.
Yeah.
Catch a feeling.
But I've been fucking with Millie's new shit, like Millie's.
Yeah,
It's been spitting some.
Shout out to
Jada.
Millie's.
Joyner.
Yeah,
I like Joyner Lucas.
ADHD too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I like where he went with that album.
Yeah, me too. It was a lot different from his last project.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
I thought
for sure.
It was a bit. You could definitely tell it was
J.
more.
J. Cole.
Have you heard the Clips new album?
I heard the Clips new album. I downloaded that. That's on my playlist.
That shit, it's on mine too, bro.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Again, the OGs. We talk about it all the time, but sometimes that shit gets played.
And the Alchemist, and somebody else.
Alchemist is always busy.
But he just dropped the album with someone else, and it was
with Larry Jones and
that was dope. That was dope. Nah, he just dropped it with I forgot the dude that got beat it. Nah, I'm gonna say it. Like a rapper but he's firing back at everyone. He's calling everybody out, but it's dope.
No, I
don't know who
I
it
need
is.
to check that out,
I'm sorry that I don't even know his name.
Because man, one of my personal
look it up now.
One of my personal favorite producers.
I don't want to do that.
Like I'll be rocking his beat tapes You know what I'm saying?
The
On
Alchemist featuring Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs. Oh, yeah.
Freddie Gibbs.
Yo, we were just bumping that shit Friday, bro.
That shit is crazy,
yeah, Freddie
bro.
Gibbs, man.
Freddie Gibbs is they got
and again,
some crazy
one of those real MCs that has substance and storytelling that I feel like is lacked so much in the industry today.
Yeah.
Because it's all about, and I was talking, I'm trying to remember who I was talking to. DJ 270, shout out my guy DJ.
Yeah, I haven't met him, man. I seen him chilling with J Law.
Yeah, we were just chopping up yesterday, and he was like, "Man, Phil," he's like, it's one thing to be a great artist and a great MC and a rapper, but he literally looked at me dead in my eyes and said, "You're too nice." He said, "There's a lot of people just too nice," and by that, it's not like as a person. You're not cutthroat or degrading yourself
or
being a gimmick, being an asshole in aspects.
I tell people all the time, I be sharing shit all the time. When rappers are getting locked the fuck up, or just booking agents are getting turned themselves in, or on parole, you didn't even know they was on parole. Damn fucking managers are stealing money from you.
Yeah.
And the drugs that are involved to get you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to really do this, especially at that level?
Well, see, that's what I don't like, Okay.
Not saying you don't have self-control.
I'll break it down this way. As far as not just that I don't like the new genre as much, but we went from this place where drug dealers were legendary back in our day, coming up to now it's switched to the user. And I don't like that drugs are so heavy in the music, and there's just not as much substance. Like, I fuck with Lil Baby, and like, I listen to shit like that sometimes, but King Von, I was a fan of King Von. I liked King Von. Just because of his, kind of his attitude.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely right, bro. Like, I didn't mean to interject on that, but
that's okay.
You are exactly 100% right. It went through that.
Went from glamorizing
that
drug
dealer to like, and then ultimately, even though it was what it was in the culture, but it was like kind of a giving back to the community. But now it's to the point where it's like it was almost cooler nowadays to be, like you said, the user, and I think it is fucking up people's mentality and the way that they perceive records or perceive how they need to be to get into the business, or even to be an artist at this day and age. It's like, I gotta go in the studio, I gotta be fucked up on this, that, and third, and if I'm not, who am I?
I mean, I think that's always been, because I think a lot of these rock bands that they was fucked up on some cocaine. They was on
coke,
some
man. I shared this shit on my Facebook.
They was on some crazy ass shit. Look. And I agree. Now, I'm just saying that a lot of them, that has been a thing right there.
But it wasn't it wasn't a pushed agenda.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing that was
like
pushed.
those artists what you're talking about, that's how they got into the creative space. Like, I can't lie and sit here that I don't get tuned in on some shots and some motherfucking beers, and occasionally I'll hit the Tweedledee Tweedledums, but for me, it's alcohol at the end of the day. And I'm not going to sit here and say like that doesn't play a part and effect in my creative process, because I'd be a liar if I didn't say that. But at the same time, I'm not like pushing an agenda for a whole youth generation.
Well, I think that I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I think the biggest thing is that I have kids now.
So
it's my mind, it's where I'm at as a man now in life too. That plays a part in it.
Well, we have to look at.
I feel like every female artist now is just pushing that pop your
slut
pussy, all that.
But you got to look at it like, you got to look at it too. Like, is the times it's like Kareem Abdul, Michael Jordan. We'll never understand. Like my dad looked at us, and like I would looked at us like, I'll never understand. Like, I don't understand. He put on some BB King, some Minnie Riperton or something. He didn't understand. Like, we don't understand.
Right.
Like, we're looking at this culture and we're like, how the fuck? Now I will tell you this culture is really living what the fuck they're rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm not, and that's unfortunate. That is not something to be praised and none of that shit, because a lot of us shit we were saying, a lot of OGs is trying to retract and shit. You know what I mean? Because they all getting indicted and shit. But anyway, or whatever, they just scared, or they just saying, hey, nah, man. And I can't believe some of the shit I'm hearing. I'm like, damn. not that I wanted this shit to all be real and true, what I listened to back in the day, but you're led to believe a certain thing. You know what I mean? When you listen to these people.
But I think there's a fine line between authenticity and just painting a narrative of a certain concept.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for artists like myself, I'm sure with Collins, with you, you know, the difference is between the generational divide is we talk about the realness of like real life addiction problems sometimes that we go through, the things that depression, not being afraid to speak on emotions and telling a story that could ultimately help somebody else out of that, whether you still go through it or you don't go through it. The fact that we can talk about our own vices that are very personal to us, and we put ourselves out as a caveat of vulnerability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and then in other instances now, it's like, I do this shit because it's cool and it's a cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this to get through my day. Yeah. We're like, you know, we dealt with certain circumstances and events that happen in our lives that could be a conduit to what we go through and how we handle some certain shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't know how far you want to delve into it, but you've suffered with some very, very lows, but we also gotta let everybody know that you got some really great highs. Yeah. But what were some of the lows that you have went through personally that have helped you overcome and become who you are now to this day?
And what led up? Just real quick, a brief. What led up to those lows? Music, life,
all that. Yeah.
And a brief.
Let me see, man. Okay, so. Like we were talking before the podcast about like, you know, that time period around the, you know, 2012, 2014, like in that area of time, I was popping, you know, I was getting shit popping and I was really doing well. I won like the Maryland Music Awards. That was crazy. I was televised in Baltimore. You know, I was winning contests and shit like that I was doing shows. You know, I went with the team backpack out to LA.
I was going to get into the team backpack.
Yeah.
And real quick, when you're mentioning this, where can people look you up at real quick? What is you're mentioning that?
Okay. I mean, my YouTube is R. Collins Music.
Okay.
Instagram, Collins the Artist. You know, Facebook, Ryan Collins. Okay. I mean, pretty much if you Google Ryan Collins rapper, it'll pop up.
Gotcha. So you were getting booked and you did concerts.
I was doing book. Yeah, man. I mean, like I even went on a little tour. Like I was playing. I played at a festival in North Carolina. I played in DC. I played in, you know, a bunch of different states. Shit was popping, man. But it was also the time around I was having my daughter. Yeah. And so that was a push for me to really grind. You know, I had a publicist at the time. Right. My publicist was actually DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia's publicist. So I had that publicist. She had me going to New York City doing radio shows and interviews and like events. Like, you know, I went to I met DJ Paul. We got to kick it in like a VIP lounge. We went to like a T.I. clothing release party for his Aku brand. Snow the Product. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She was also
Puerto Rican rapper. She's dope.
Yeah, my publicist also independent. Dope. We had the same publicist as Snow the Product. So shit was going, man, and you know, it came down to life. Like music wasn't yet paying the bills, and I had this family. You know what I mean? And I was being pushed, kind of like, I don't want to bash, you know, on my ex too bad, but like. It was kind of like she gave me the ultimatum, like you either put your full focus on music or you put your full focus on raising a family. And for me, I never had a father. Like, you know, I wanted to be that dad the best I could be for my kids. So I got a job, you know, working on the railroad, making fucking good money, you know, and just started doing things that kind of got me out of music. I bought a crib. Yeah, I had cribs and cars and like.
So you was doing good at life then.
On paper.
But
man, I was missing my outlet, my creative outlet, you know, because it started falling off. And I had like a studio at the crib for a little while, but life just kind of took over, man, because I'm working like. You guys don't know anything about the railroad, man. It's like you don't get paid per hour, you get paid per trip, and like. Basically, when you go in for work, they have you for you're allowed to work for 12 hours, but you could be stuck there 24, 36 hours on the train if you run out of time, because you're only allowed by federal law to work like 12 hours.
Driving time.
It's like
I'm
truckers.
familiar with that. Like truckers. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Hours of service law. And so, man, I'd leave for work at like 4:35 in the morning and wouldn't be getting home till 8, 9 at night. Like, so there was just, and slowly, man, it just started, we're having arguments at home a lot.
Life.
And it just got, and the main thing is that, like I told y'all, I was meeting with Violator Records and Chris Lighty, and shit seemed like it was going well, and like they had some real interest. I talked to them multiple times. I was sending them new music every couple weeks, and shit was rolling pretty good, man. And then Chris Lighty killed himself, and I kind of lost my whole connect with that, So this is before. This is actually when Mona Scott Young, who ended up doing later in years Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
she was also part of Violet. So, man, shit just fell off. I lost my creative outlet, because and as I lost my creative outlet, I started delving more into drugs and alcohol. Because I would get home, and just be like, I needed my escape.
You felt kind of empty. There was an emptiness.
Yeah, there was a void. There was a void clearly from not making music, man, and not doing things, because I was used to just doing things on a steady basis, and just
a regimen.
Drugs and alcohol.
Was it the alcohol first, or was it the drugs first?
Well, I had been drinking, like as a teenager, I drank like crazy. So it was drinking. Yeah, okay, I didn't drink on like a daily basis. Yeah, it just was one of the. But like when I drank, I drank. That's one thing about me, is like when I drank, I always. Like there's how normal people drink, and then they can put it down and go to work and do that. Yeah. When I drink and I start, I'm gonna drink till I black out. Yeah. Like that's just what it is. And no, I mean, for a while, there were years that I really didn't drink much, but I'd be like taking pills or something like that, when
you say pills,
like perks and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was always like downers. I wasn't into like uppers and shit.
And this is all because of you're missing that.
I'm missing that void. Void.
And while trying to be the family man. So it ended up.
For a while, man, I was like a functional addict. I was making 130, 140 G's a year.
Oh, wow.
I was railroad.
Okay.
I was, on paper, everything looked great. I had a nice ass house and, a happy little family, but, I just had that void, that I can see that now. Back then I had no idea what was going on.
Because you're clouded to it.
Yeah. And I can see that now. And, things just kind of fell off, and it took me to a really dark place. We ended up splitting up, my ex and I, my kid's mother. And I got to a point where I got laid off from the railroad. I got to a point that I was drinking every day, and basically it went down to I was drinking so much that, I would shake and all that. It's not a,
It's when the nervous system.
I'm not embarrassed about it, but it's not a nice thing to think that I let myself get to that point. But I mean, the important thing is I came out of it. But I got to, the point that basically my body started shutting down. And I had to go to the hospital. I had pancreatitis. From drinking.
I've had that before, but it's not from drinking. But I know what you went through. They don't know how I got it.
Yeah.
They explained how you can get it. They said one of the ways is drinking.
Yeah.
But I caught it another way, and it was the worst.
Oh, bro, it's
bro.
Fucking painful.
No sleep. You're sitting screaming for your mom.
Yeah.
Talking about having a male man having contractions like you about to have a baby.
Yeah, it's
like,
bad.
You feel what they going through, bro, and you're screaming,
worst
bro.
Pain I've been in my life.
Worst pain I've ever. But y'all talking about the burns? Nah, son, this shit right here, no.
Yeah.
Oh man. But anyway, pancreatitis.
Yeah, man. So I was in the ICU for like 20-something days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I had to have 3 surgeries. I had necrotizing pancreatitis, so my pancreas was dead. There was dead tissue and everything. I had done some damage from drinking. Like,
so
I'm a big boy, like I drank When I drank, I drank.
Consume.
I could consume.
What was
I could keep up with the best.
What was the choice of
Whiskey,
drink?
man. I like whiskey.
Big whiskey.
Yeah.
How much did you weigh at the time?
I don't know. Alcohol makes you gain weight. But I wasn't eating that much. But it's all that sugar and shit. So I was probably 280.
And your household?
6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, so that's a big dude right there drinking.
Yeah.
So you had to drink a lot to keep up the.
Yeah, and it, I was just, I think I just got to that darkest place, and I felt like, I wasn't working. I had no purpose in life right then. Yeah. Like I didn't have any purpose,
and that only adds to the spiral.
And you don't understand, like that I wasn't there as a father as much as I wanted to be, so that would put me into depression. Even worse, it's like, man, you can't explain it. It's just what happens as you go down that road.
Now let me ask you this.
And I never thought I'd get there, but somehow I did.
Yeah. And again, we totally commend like that honesty, man, because I've never been I've never been scared to admit my faults, and to this day I still have things that I struggle with and deal with so day to day. But I thought about that ultimatum. Was it the music or being a homebody? Because as you told the story, I thought about it in my head, be like, yo, but wait, okay, on paper, the money's good. You got all these things. But the one important part of it was that emptiness and that void.
Yes.
Which didn't ultimately cure the home life, as you kind of explained it. And I'm just being transparent on that. So... hindsight 2020, do you feel like a part of you ultimately would have wished you would have stayed on the course of the music trajectory?
Of course, man. I was rolling.
Because I felt like that would have been me too.
I was rolling. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Rolling, but like I had these just pulling strings in my as what to do as a man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like, am I being selfish because I'm chasing my own personal dreams and aspirations? That I'm gonna sit here and neglect my family, or it's hard to make that balance, especially when you're traveling. Like, I was doing shows like all over the place.
But you know what the craziest thing is, bro?
It wasn't like,
just from my observance of how you explained everything, the way that it transpired. Yeah, I ultimately think it would have been better for you to do that than do the railroad thing.
You're probably right.
You know what I mean? Because not only are you like on a grueling journey on paper, everything's great, but then, you're sacrificing yourself and your dreams, aspirations, but then you're still away from your family at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate. And he's right.
And the craziest thing is on that is like,
he right.
could be there home with the family while working on music at the same time, gathering inspiration from the family aspect.
But being you also got to know
the support that I had though wasn't really there for
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that too. You got to have it's certain support you got to have to do that. And look, when that's a perfect situation for a dream. It always comes down to that.
It does. It really
something like
everybody.
That is make it or break it, and you're like, do I gotta go? It's like this. Do I gotta go with common sense or jump off a bridge and hope that I land with my legs straight?
Exactly, man. It's a hell of a fork in the road.
So you're like, and that's certain people are willing to go like that length and say, "What? Are you crazy?" Like, I'll get back to you on that, but I'm jumping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, so not to get it twisted.
Yeah.
I don't want to get it twisted anyway. I respect what you did and the decision that you made.
Absolutely.
But again, for me, just observing and hearing the story, it's just like, man, that sacrifice seemed way more detrimental than just continuing the course and the trajectory you were actually on, aside from getting into what, that field and then, the ultimate layoff at the end of the day, and then just contributing to an ultimate down spiral, which led you to somewhere that you could have completely avoided had you just kept doing what you was doing.
But you gotta also think about this, like, and I know you know this. It's kind of like he just bought a house too, and he's thinking like, okay, if I quit,
need that coming.
I got this little much in 401k. Oh no, this ain't. Man, woo! It's real life. It's
and I was brand new to good money.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never had money growing up.
Okay.
Right.
You came from very lower middle class where you had enough just to come through.
Yeah.
So and it's not like I was a millionaire, but I was making steady at 25 years old.
Yeah.
You
I'm
don't know
making
you're like
over six figures. Like,
you're doing better than the average 25-year-old.
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
You know,
So you made the choice.
I made the choice, man. It's not that I don't really regret it because it led to where I am today, but there are certain things I would have done different.
Absolutely.
For sure.
How it always usually goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you come from so to backtrack a little bit, because during all that you were doing so much. You accomplished so much during this, and I know that contributed to as well, being gone from the house, doing this, doing that, knowing I'm getting traction. I'm Ryan Collins. My name is known. Oh shit! So this adds to it, people. This adds to the fact of what he's saying, that he was already kind of like a household, starting to become a household name a little bit. You know what I mean? He was a household name out here. I heard of him. We all heard of him. Back in the day, he was one of them ones that came out the woodworks.
The Collins effect, as I would call it.
He was one of them ones. You dropped what, Barbarian? It was something like
Barbarian,
that. Yeah, that was one of the ones that did really well. That
J-Law shot that.
And showcase your lyrical ability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is one that I remember. But you started going in, and then you started doing things. Was it with PlayStation, Xbox, or you're doing something with them now?
It was the flat. I know the flat 50.
Flat 50 back then was flat 50. Yeah, flat 50.
Yeah,
so you
I got sponsor. I had a hat sponsor.
Yeah.
And so they just be like, hey, they throw me. I just get these boxes in the mail.
Get them dropped. The care package is what we call
man.
it.
I mean, it was these big ass boxes just of hats and shit, and that came through my publicist. You know, one with DJ Paul and Snow the Product, and she also represented them. Okay. So they were, and Mocha Blast, he's another dude. But yeah, man, so that was like, shit was going, You
did a Cypher too. A Cypher out in
it was the
Baltimore. I did a Baltimore.
Was Mossberg Duck in that too?
Mossberg Duck.
Yeah, somebody else.
Baltimore Leg.
That was the Mountain State Cypher, wasn't it?
No, that was a different one. That was the one shot by Dip.
No, this was for a vodka company, the Baltimore one.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
like Cristal vodka.
Y'all were in like an alley or something like that.
Yeah, it's called Graffiti Alley in Baltimore.
I remember that shit now. Yeah, I remember that shit. But I do remember the Backpack Crew type shit.
Oh, Team Backpack.
Team Backpack.
So that was another thing, man. I started getting in with Team Backpack. And there was this situation that's fucked up. So evidently there's another dude out there named Ryan Collins that started rapping.
Oh, shut up. No way.
That he went by that. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, I think I fucked with Team Backpack for 2 years of their, like, the ciphers that they threw.
Because that was a culture for a minute.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
For sure, man.
I think
Team
everybody.
It was going.
Everybody was tuned in to Team Backpack.
Man. There was some heavy hitters on there, man. Like Locksmith, quite a few people, man. Avi. And they had a hell of a buzz around them.
Mm-hmm.
They were dropping YouTube videos and shit. And, they throw these ciphers, man. And so the one cipher, it was just an online thing where, I submitted online. And that was for the A3C festival in Atlanta.
Oh, shit.
Which is big hip-hop festival. Yeah. A3C is big, And so I got picked. They sent the shit to the other Ryan Collins, man.
Oh, wow.
And when the other Ryan Collins showed up, he spit some whack garbage.
They were like...
And then they hit me up after, and they're like, bro, we fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? So then they invited me to the next cipher. Mm-hmm. So I went to that one. That was out in Cali. But that was a missed opportunity for sure. And shout out to that dude for he killing it.
I mean,
he tried. Some of my iTunes shit goes to him. It's on his damn playlist. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
stupid.
That's crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, anyways, whatever.
And there was more. Weren't you a part of a video game back then too, as well, or something?
Video game.
Was it?
Now, what we're gonna segue into is I'm gonna call it the reconstruction of Ryan Collins.
Okay.
Yeah, but I thought it was something from back then too. Before.
I mean, I was involved in a bunch of shit. I can't think of like.
So maybe it was.
It was a full-time job, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And like
This motherfucker was busy.
Yeah.
He was busy. We'll tell you that. This motherfucker was busy.
I can imagine. And that all led up, led up to what? The drinking and the
man, because like that, all of a sudden you're stagnant.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, what do I do with my mind? And like, you know, I need to, and it was an escape for me.
And you were spending a lot, you were using a lot of your finances?
Yeah.
Doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that attributes to.
And that was a fucked up thing too, because I was making so much money too. Yeah. When I started with the drugs and alcohol, it didn't
matter.
Yeah. So I could just keep the image going, whatever. It don't matter. I'm still paying my bills. I'm still doing well.
Yeah,
you know. And it was just a
setup for failure. It was a great setup for failure. Like I don't want to say
the perfect storm, just for like, you know.
And I'm not saying you were weak at it, but we all get to that point to where it's like, yo, it's got to be a common sense pick sometimes. Yeah. Even if you don't even want to do it and you're going to be mad at life, you know you feel better and you know, like, man, I can't take this fucking chance. And I can only imagine buying a nice house. I think I did see your crib. I think one time you posted it, your crib.
Okay.
One time, I think when you first got it, whatever. And I was like, yo, that's dope. It was a nice fucking neighborhood, bro. Yeah. And you got something like that. And you thinking about your kids you're having. What do you got, a son and a daughter? I have a
son and a daughter,
yeah. And you thinking about that and you're young and you're making that much money. And you're like, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm trying to go into this, and this is my life, and oh God,
I was trying to be practical, you know, and it wasn't.
Yeah. And you convince yourself you're okay.
And
then you delve a little deeper.
It really didn't get real bad until after we split up. I started living separate from my kids, like, you know, then it's like I done lost everything.
Then it really transformed.
You know? So you went through like little cycles of shit.
You hit rock bottom at that point. I mean, because then you go to that relativity of like, okay, I sacrificed my dream, my passion. I sacrificed my livelihood.
Yeah.
I
did all that. It's
all that, and then to lose everything.
Yeah.
Man. For fuck's sakes, bro, like, all I can say is, like, man, the fact that you're still here with us, and then now transitioning onto, like, a better path of, like, you know, we call that redemption story.
Yeah, I'm back at it.
Where you hit the bottom, and you start climbing that mountain back up, and get to that point, because I can ultimately, in a recent timeline, relate to that, where, you know, I got stagnant to the point where I was doing shit, but at the same time, I'd come home and I'd just be so fucking lazy. I'm just take a shot, take another shot, drink another beer, drink another beer, take another shot. Now I'm gonna go down YouTube.
It starts out as just fun at first,
and then you realize the productivity just dips.
Yeah.
But the one thing I can say is resetting my brain in a certain way. This dude right here has really let me know, like, bro, you're on a different trajectory right now.
Yeah.
On some new shit. Like, this is the Phil that I knew.
Yeah, you get that spark back.
Yeah. And, like, the work ethic comes back. The drive comes back. The perseverance comes back. You know what? I got a fucking gift for the world.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. You had mentioned that, you know, you're not out here to be famous in no way. I'm not out to be. That course is ran. But what I do want to do is still do what I love and I know what I'm good at.
Yes. Yeah.
And at the same time, I came to the conclusion, like, and I think this is where ultimately stepped in. I had a problem, had to fix it.
Yeah.
But now I got to make sure that the product is right, that I'm being productive, that I'm just come down here just being a fucking lazy fuck. And then you find that balance, and once you get that fine balance, man, it's a domino effect at the end of the day.
Once you start rolling, it just, you know,
it just naturally happens. And then that's like what I want to segue to is our reconnection, essentially, which is pretty crazy because, you know what I'm saying? And again, to your rehabilitation, your comeback story, and how you're fucking making a crazy impact, you reached out to me.
Yeah, for sure, man, because you've always been crazy with the beats and the music. I respected, you know,
thank you,
what you're doing. Yeah, and I'm not the type that just, you know, wants to keep everything to myself. If there's opportunity, there's so much money out here for everybody to eat. You know, I'd rather just fuck it. Yeah, you know, I'm transparent about what I'm doing. Other people can do it too. There's plenty in there for us. You know, I still have a competitive nature to me, but there's like, But yeah,
but we still also got a camaraderie, and I still feel like it goes back to day one, man. That unison, that ultimate ability where great talent connects and comes up with the craziest shit ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think this is ultimately where the Roaches podcast really birthed itself. It's like we want to put on those people who went through those trials and tribulations, those highs, lows, ups, downs, high accolades, and then just that dip in the process, that reinvention. And man, when you hit me up, bro, I'll tell you, it was one of the most humble things that I've went through ever, because I was like, yo, fucking Collins is hitting me up, bro. Like, I told him. Yeah. And then, you know, I kept it low key for a minute just to see how everything panned out. But when you reached out to me, it was on like this new wave. Yes. This new shit, which I've also been like delving into, but I never really fully committed until you hit me up. So I want to thank you for that, by the way.
Man, for sure.
Let me give you a DJ horn on that. But let's talk about that, because this is your baby right here.
Yeah.
And we're talking about sync licensing, product placement, TV ads, video games, television, radio, so on and so forth. So where did that start off for you?
You can use your current situation if you would like to too, if that works.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I got sober. You know, that's I got sober. I started working again.
Yes.
I started getting back into weed, you know, because that's what helps me the most. It's always been a therapy to me. But you know, I'm on a different type tip now, where I'm not really after that fame and trying to be the best new artist and all this. You know, it's not. And shout out to the people that are doing it. Your son, I just listened to some of his shit recently, some of his new stuff. Yeah. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I think it's some of his best work.
Yeah, man. I like it, and I like his transition.
It had to grow on me a little bit, but when I listen to it over and over, I think it's
he's got genre bending things.
Yeah,
like it's good, and so
he's on a great path.
And I brought that up, man, because I too like delving into different genres and you know, just different vibes. And I've always had this capacity where, you know, I've written for other people in the past, you know, pop, whatever. I just recently got into the sync thing because I did lots of research. That's one thing about me, is that I've always researched the hell out of, I'm just a student of this game, you know, a student of the game. And I'm researching, okay, let me start this way. Back when I had some shit pop, actually it was a couple years after I was really, you know, I was kind of on my downward slope. I had a placement. Yeah. I had a placement from one of my songs, because I had, you know, I put some of my music into different libraries. And so I kind of knew about sync back then, but it wasn't like my main focus. I was just exploring all different avenues. Well, I got a placement with them. I actually had a couple. But the big one was they used one of my songs on The Voice Finland. So that was one placement that I had.
It's out of the country type shit.
Yeah, on The Voice, like, you know, The Voice show.
That's a big.
But Finland's version. Yeah. So it was on The Voice Finland.
Even still, bro.
Yeah, whatever. It was cool as shit, because I didn't know about it until I got a random check, you know, saying, hey, it was used for this and this and this from the company I had, you know, kind of a deal with. And but I think it back then it was a non-exclusive licensing deal that I had with this specific company, so they could use my songs, but I could also shop them out to anybody else. So I just did some research, man. You know, I had a lot of time to think, and I will always, and I state this, I will always do music in some form, some capacity throughout my entire life.
Yeah, man.
It's building. It's literally in your coding.
It's in my coding.
It's in your genetic coding.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
And you're born with it, or you're not born with it.
Yeah. And I just love music. You know, I love music, and so I'm always gonna. I think I'll always do it at some capacity. I kind of shifted lanes. I'm older. I'm not as marketable. Which is bullshit, by the way.
Saying, yeah.
Let me say that Clips just broke that.
Yeah.
Clips just broke that.
A lot of people have, but if we're gonna use somebody, it's use Clips.
Well, I mean,
that's a great,
because that is a great
hip-hop
point. Yeah,
I think hip hop is the only genre that puts an age classification on.
It really does.
On shit. Hip hop's the only one.
But they're starting to realize.
Yeah, Clips just did that.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize though.
Yeah,
that ain't the case.
Yeah.
Clips hit your ass, knock your ass.
As you can't tell me that a motherfucking country singer don't come out with a new fucking record, the motherfucker's gonna blow.
And you can't tell me that motherfucking Dirty Skies ain't about to do some motherfucking. Islands in the building, baby, on a motherfucking podcast.
But yeah, so back into the sync places.
Okay, so I just started reaching out, man, joining Facebook groups, finding websites on the internet, just basically finding techniques, because it's not easy to just be like, okay, well, I have these songs. Yeah. How do I? There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. How do I get this into the right hands to do this?
Yeah.
It's not just something that you're like, yeah, I got a song, it's going to go on this blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
No, that shit doesn't happen. You need to make connections, and you have to know people. Yeah. So I started making connections. And I made this connection with this dude, Mark. And he's a good dude. He does a lot of sync stuff in like trailers, movie trailers, and really he's just kind of, now he's starting this business where he's sort of like an agent, like a sync agent. So in the sync world, there's like music libraries. Okay, like there's some big ones like Push Audio. There's so many. There's a bunch of big companies. Universal Music Group, Warner Chappell Music. They're these big libraries. So you can have your music in those, and then when somebody's like, say they have a movie coming up,
they
go to a queue. Yeah. And once they have a movie coming up, they say they're working with Warner Chappell. They go and they type in a search engine, and it comes up, I need a love type song with sad, melodic, blah, blah, blah. And they type in these keywords, and it gives them a list of songs that's in that music library.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one way. Otherwise, you have a sync agent, and they send out these briefs. So different companies send out briefs, and there's companies just for this that, all these agencies come to them, and they're like, hey, we have these needs. I need a country song. I need this. I need that. Yeah. And then these
give you a deadline.
They send out briefs, and they give you a deadline. What type of shit they're looking for. They dial it in perfectly. Thing is, you got to own everything.
Yeah.
And bro, when you say dial in accurately,
yes,
it is
it has to be so on the T.
And this is one thing you're be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know. But no, what it goes like my nerd boner.
Yeah.
Starts to raise my hand. But it is so specific where they literally drop the vibe, the tone, the vocal, the chords, the instruments.
Yeah.
And they literally give you the foundation to create that perfect masterpiece of what they're actually looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when those cue sheets come out and those prompts come out, it's literally at that time the quick and the draw.
Yeah.
Or the quick and the dead.
Quick and
the dead.
And like that. The thing about sync music is when you're doing it for sync is you're not making music anymore as like yourself. An artist. You're making music, to tell your story, or to, sometimes they can coincide and they can go together. But basically sync music is used to evoke emotion, an emotion, a feeling.
Yeah.
So when you hear this music and this feeling, it goes with the visuals that they're presenting or the whatever. And it's all about the feeling and the emotion. It's not so much about even the lyrics. Like sometimes lyrics need to be on, but sometimes it's just that beat. It's that vibe.
Yeah.
The whole vibe needs to go with their scenery.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn, how to write like that. It's
and you and I have talked about this too, because once you were getting into it and opened the invite to me, which again, I fucking appreciate you so much for
Yeah,
this, because this ultimately gives us a piece of conversation to kind of delve in. And you divided conversations of like literally growing and learning this and just
together
dropping back and forth. Yeah, you and I just had messages back and forth. Like, okay, so I figured out like this, and then again, it's not being yourself as an artist.
Yeah,
you got to become the ghostwriter now. Basically. You're the behind the scenes motherfucker that's curating a soundtrack piece.
A soundtrack to an emotion, a feeling,
and the fact that there is so much detail into exactly how to execute the shit, like entering on a certain key, ending on a keynote that you brought to my attention. I'm like, yo, bro, I could make fucking shit and be like, yo, man, but like, and I'm like, yo,
they call it a written ending.
Yeah, written ending,
even to a beat, like just a beat and
on a chord, let it fade out, and
they don't do any like total fades, like you know how music used to just be total fades. It has to end on a it's a written ending. It's called a button or a stinger ending. Yeah, and it ends sort of abruptly, but it also has like a transitional. Feeling, it's like a feeling that you're just like, the song's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're ending that vibe.
And the reason for doing that is because they want to shoot from scene to scene. So that's how they end the scene into, it can't just stop abruptly or fade out, because that wouldn't go into the next scene right. Yeah. So it's just a different way of writing, man. And,
it's very intricate.
So I was, like a lot of other rappers. Yeah. And I was just buying beats, online. Yeah. I was
online. What's some of the websites? You remember YouTube?
Oh, bro, I went way back to
SoundClick.
I was on SoundClick.
Shout out to SoundClick. Hey, I'm so
everybody uses SoundClick
nowadays. Bro. Like I go up on there nowadays. Like they got up on there.
SoundClick, BeatStars, YouTube shit. Sometimes because YouTube they usually link to their BeatStars. Yeah. I was buying beats, whatever, because that was cool for what I was doing as an artist. Is you can just commercially release them if you buy the rights. Yeah. You're legally allowed to do that, but in sync you have to own everything. Yeah. And what these producers on BeatStars, most of them, are not willing to do is to give up publishing. Mm-hmm. And that's how the money works, is that it's split between a writer, 50% writers, 50% publishing. Mm-hmm. And
then you got your mechanical royalties.
Yeah, mechanical royalties on the back end. There's just so much to learn about the damn thing. And so
Did you release that? You released a project, right? What was the project called that you released?
What, with the sync?
Well, no, yeah. Well,
there's not really a project that you release. Not a project, you can't do that.
But I'm talking about you released a project. All based off of what you're saying, and if you tried to sing,
you call it a submission pack.
A submission pack. Did you submit?
I do it all the time. Okay. To different things. Every day I'm looking at new briefs. Yeah. I'm doing. I'm a member of Taxi. Taxi's like this website. It's good for some people, man. You got to really work it hard. But some of the briefs, it's literally got everything. It's, they might be asking for like world music or like Ukrainian music one day, or like R&B with this, or jazz, or so not all of them are for me. Yeah. But a lot of them are like hip hop or alternate hip hop. Like there's different things in them.
Depends on like what shows want what type of shit.
And then they put references in there. Yeah. So they reference a couple songs,
which I do like.
Yes. They reference a couple songs on the overall vibe that they're trying to get to. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I try to build something around that. And since, dude, I ain't never made beats. Like I think I made one beat way back in the day, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a whole nother expertise. Yeah. I was just a writer and a rapper and so to get into that, I don't know, I just started because I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to own these things fully. Mm-hmm. So I started producing, and
that's another thing that I really want to commend you on. Yep. Me being a producer for fucking 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Sync licensing is, and like legit, it is a whole other dimension. Yeah. It's not just whipping up a beat and send it and be like, oh, they'll cut it and they'll do whatever they do to it. No. They're lazy as fuck. They want it done, ready to go, cut and print. Yep. That's it. So the fact that, like, again, redemption story type shit, when you're on that process, to not only learn how to produce, make beats, but then to make sync licensing type format type beats. That right there, that's a whole level that I'm still rookie at.
Yeah.
I'm still entry level at. Yeah. Because it really is like me, you know, I'm gonna have it.
They want different things.
They want, and again, the specificity of like that whole prompt of what they want, it's so fucking specific.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, they'll just
and a lot of things with sync music, like, you know, as a music fan, I like intros to things. Like, it helps build and that's okay for all different types of music. But for sync, man, when you're sending these things out to these music industry professionals, if they don't hear something happen within the first 10 seconds, they're like, next. Done. And then your whole fucking creation just gets thrown away. They don't hear any of it.
That's how it is.
You gotta catch their attention. You gotta, you know, hit that vibe that they're looking for right away, and then carry it out. And they like different, you know, edit points, like, so that they can, okay, maybe we'll just use the bridge for this commercial. Maybe we'll just use the, you know, so things like that. Yeah, it's a whole. I'm still learning, man. I'm a rookie in this too.
The synchronicity of it is a beautiful art.
Yes.
I will say that. It's a challenge, but it also is a beautiful art in its own. And man, and if you can hone in and get it right and get it done.
Yeah.
Well, there's money to be made, man. So
there is money.
Okay, these briefs, like, you know, some of them, like for like me at my level, because I'm not really a known sync composer. Producer. I could still make $25,000 for one song.
Right.
You know, and that's how they, like, anywhere from like, you know, 2,500 to 25, upwards of $50,000 a song.
Yeah. And that's where it comes into. I hate to keep interrupting you, but like I'm like, I know how like that game goes, because they could have upfront budget to you. You get an upfront budget. They say, okay, we give you this amount of money right up front, and then they either give you a multitude of options. So you can take money up front, no back end, this money up front, residuals and royalties, which mechanically you're already entitled to that being a producer exclusively. Your mechanical royalties are already automatically due to you being the composer, artist, producer of those said tracks. But that's again when you're registered to like a BMI or an ASCAP.
You have to be a pro.
Yeah, you got to be on a pro.
Yeah.
And you know, if you don't mind, I'd love to just kind of just to let people know what our situation was that you brought me into.
Yeah. So one of the contacts that I made, he primarily works with CBS Sports. So like, you know, CBS Sports is huge, but then also Warner Brothers Discovery, which is the whole company. You know, it's Warner Brothers, and then they bought Discovery, which is the whole network, not like just Discovery Channel. We're talking about all these different TLC. I have it all pulled up on here, I think.
One thing that you actually told me was the Wet Network. Pause. What was it? The Warner Oprah Winfrey?
What was it called?
Yeah. Okay,
Oprah
so look,
Winfrey Network.
So they have Warner Brothers Discovery, who my contact works with, you know, primarily year round. They have HBO Max, HBO, Warner Brothers, HGTV, Discovery Channel, Discovery Plus, CNN, TBS, Food Network, TNT, Oprah Winfrey Network, ID, TLC. You know, it just goes on.
Right.
So that's just, you know, one contact with. That's who he works with. You know, and he made a come up doing sports stuff.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but he's now getting into like. So his whole career's been made off, and he's been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah.
And he has a career of, you know, paying the bills for 40 years of just working for basically sports, for sports networks.
Yeah.
And submitting music for like Masters golf and football games, you know, college, NFL, golf, like, I don't know, just everything.
And it's music that nonchalantly you don't even think about. But it's literally corresponding to every event.
Yes.
That you see on television.
Yeah, people don't think this is big because they're like, okay, yeah, whatever, it's music, and you might have a song on a video game. No, watch TV one time. There's music on everything you watch. Every movie, those little clips that you hear in the background that you're not paying attention to because you're listening to the dialogue, those are artists getting paid and creators getting paid for their shit, beats, just instrumentals. You know, you could be looking at a Tide commercial and there's music in the back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a huge market that's kind of, you know, a lot of people aren't tapping into.
It's very slept on.
Very slept on.
Very
and it's a way that you can make a comfortable living making music, and you might not be known anywhere. Right. Nobody knows your name, whatever. That doesn't. So that's where I'm at. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I mean, I still, you know, I have this competitive thing where I'm like, I want to be the fucking best.
Drop that fucking verse, bro. Verse of the year type shit.
Yeah.
That's
but ultimately,
it's you know,
that like
pay the bills with doing what I love.
When you get those residuals coming in, you know what I mean. Those fucking royalty checks coming in, that advanced type shit. It's wild.
Yeah. So I brought Phil in. Phil's been just, you know, one of the top producers I've ever known.
Thank you, bro.
Throughout the time, for sure. Phil's been on his fucking game with the production for such a long time. I always watch your live videos. You just going ham on the fucking MPC.
Thank you.
And it's nuts. You know, my fingers can't do all that. I can't. But I just respect it, and I'm like. And, you know, this dude hit me up and he's like, hey, bro, we have this opportunity with the Oprah Winfrey Network. You know, do you have something for me? Because I'm kind of his hip hop guy now.
Right.
You know, he deals with all different types of music, but he knows with hip hop he can come to me. Right. So I said, yeah, of course, I'll get it done. Yeah. And you know, brought Phil in on it. We worked on that probably for like a week, solid, like heavy. Like I was putting in some hours.
It was literally like edits. Like that was the focus. And I told you that, and I was like, bro, I'm working on some other shit right now.
Yeah, I got you.
And that was the Collins shit, bro. It was literally for focus because the attention to detail and the time specific deadlines are so important.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, they had just put that out, you know, that brief out of saying, hey, we want this stuff. We got this up and coming season. Yeah. I'm not going to name the show just because it hadn't, you know, yet. But it's on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It's like a reality type show. Yeah. And
this is OWN.
OWN. Yep. OWN.
Shout out to OWN.
And so I brought Phil in and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm new to this production thing. I've got some stuff that I've been working on for sure, but I'm trying to turn this around quick. You know, I know you're sitting on 100,000 fucking beats in your you know. So I'm like, Phil, this is what they need, exactly this type of, you know, feeling. And he came through, you know, and we got paid for that, and that's cool. And
it was pretty cool. Can we release the split between you and I?
You can if you want to. Yeah.
I mean,
you can.
Because well, full transparency on the Roaches podcast. This is not only showcasing the flowers and the roach packs that are meant, but there's real money involved in this. And this is a collection of like us coming together as creators and showing you can make money off of this stuff. So
that was just a quick thing. You know,
and it was
and that's at the low end,
but it was
sync money.
But bro,
the very low end.
I knew it was probably low.
But this is just to get our foot in the door of things in that situation.
But for me, dude, that was. You know how blessed that was.
Pick me up.
You know how blessed that was?
You come up a little bit around here.
So,
if you could pay your mortgage off of something for a month or two, you blessed.
Again, Dirty Phil's always transparent on this shit. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I humbly have to appreciate Collins on this shit, man, because it had not been for him, I was literally in a pinch at this time. I swear to God, too, like, I was literally praying to the good Lord above, like, man, you know, I got a lot of shit going on. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this. And then, boom, fucking the secret angel came over and just like, yo, I got this, that, and the third. And, you know, there was work that put in. It wasn't like dropped on the lap. Like the work had to have been put in. There had to have been revisions. There was still hours and hours upon hours that went into this to make it right. But ultimately enough. We split it $2,000 a piece.
Yeah.
But it was 1,000.
Yeah.
But
it's a drop.
But
it's a bills.
But
Whatever. Yeah.
$1,000 on making some beats.
Yeah, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
As a creator, you do this shit for free all the time.
Yeah.
But when you're prompted to do something on that kind of bro, it's the most humbling and most just rewarding thing. And I mean, I'll be on cloud fucking 9. Hang on, you know what I mean? I'm cooking. Phil cooking. But I mean, that just goes to show you don't give up on anything that you do ever. And no matter the time, the elapse, it doesn't matter, man. If you're meant to do something, God will give you those signs to show that you're still on the right course, man. Yeah. And I'm a truly firm believer that God won't give you more than you can handle. It may be some really shitty times.
That's true. Test you.
But if you keep the faith and keep the course, stay the course, you always come out of it no matter what. And also, just being a humble, good human being at the same time as well, and recognizing faults in each and every day that we go through and things that we experience. It just shows you the test of time that we're timeless motherfuckers, bro, no matter the amount of time that goes by.
Yeah. Which is a great segue into you and I. We had a little situation. Just to let everybody know, you know what I mean? We did this Ryan and I meeting up like this, kind of like the last time we spoke wasn't a good situation. It was.
We had some.
It was a little bad situation. And I'm glad you were able to come, because when I hit you up, you know, it was an automatic like, bop, yeah, we're grown, bro. And it was like immediate, like, and this was like maybe like I don't even know how long ago this was, bro. It was
a long time.
I know more than 5-6 years, a decade, like damn near, bro.
Probably,
But some things happened, and it was dealing with my son and everything, and I overreacted. You know what I'm saying? I overreacted on because at that time I was very, very like. I always been protective, but I was like very at this time like
overly, very overly,
and he was good. And look, he was good. He was gone. He was good. He was traveling the world and shit.
Yeah.
But I was one of them. Yeah, shout out to my boy. You know, we don't always see eye to eye and shit, but shout out to him. You know what I mean? I'm always, you know, proud of what he's accomplished and everything. But I just wanted to apologize to you, and I gotta apologize to Rebel. Because Rebel Rigo, he didn't even, shout out to you, Reb, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything either. It was just me seeing the name being brought up, the name there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to apologize to you and thank you for still coming.
Accept
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And kicking it with us and accepting my apology, you know what I mean? Because that was my fault. I didn't play about him. I don't play about him now, you know what I'm saying? I didn't play about him then, but it's more of an understanding now because we're older.
I think it just got, from my perspective, I didn't mean any kind of disrespect towards Lil Scott. I'm proud of that dude and what he's doing and the name he's made for himself and putting on for this area. Yeah. And, you know, I'm blessed to have worked with him in the past. And, you know, I think that, you know, I definitely overreacted too.
But I think I brought that
because I think I brought that out. Well, it was just how it was said. I wasn't thinking how you were thinking. At all.
Yeah, I
wasn't trying to like do no clout chase. I wasn't trying to, you know. Yeah. I was just, and I was actually wrong. The video that Lil Skies and I had together. Yeah. I thought I paid for that. Right. Later, since I've talked to J-Law, and J-Law did that for free. I don't know, man. I was paying for videos constantly back then. I didn't know which ones, you know, had whatever. It was years ago. I didn't remember. So that's my bad. You know, I thought I paid for it, and the thing got taken down. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that was fucked up. Yeah. But it wasn't like that at all. Yeah. It wasn't like that at all. You know, and I understand because you know, whatever.
But it was one of them things I just wanted to get off my chest because the last conversation we was like, you know what I mean? It was we were threatening each other and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man.
I thought for a little while it was gonna be hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be. No, it was. We were talking about that when we see each other. It's gonna be hands. Me and Red was talking about that when I see it's gonna be hands, and it's just like, but. I just, I want to apologize, but back then I was a little insane, and all my life I was that way. I had to be insane to do what, you know what I mean?
Get it, man.
But either way, we're here now, and I'm so happy. I'm proud that you accepted it, and thank you once again, man.
Yeah, man.
For coming through, and we got past that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So what do you got coming up? What is for the future of Ryan Collins now? We see you dropping little snippets here and there. You're trying different things.
So I had a gift, man. So like when I moved to a different area, about 3 hours from here, like outside of Morgantown.
Yeah.
I started working for the coal mine, which is crazy fucking hard.
Yeah, that is wild, bro. That's
wild. I don't know why I choose these professions that can just kill you.
You see $98 an hour, you're gonna jump on it. You know what I'm saying?
The money's good, you know. And
like $98 riding humpback whales all day.
Shit, it's like, you know, all right, I'm just trying. Yeah, and I go to the money. I always go towards. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather just risk it and make this big money, and that's maybe a
couple
defect of mine, but whatever. Well, I fucked my shoulder up.
Okay.
And I can't talk too much about it because I'm
gotcha.
I'm on work.
Don't even. I've been on that shit. Don't say nothing else.
Yeah.
You don't mess nothing up.
But I fucked my shoulder up, man, at work.
Yeah.
And I've had, man, my shit's fucked up. I've had.
I know this is where
surgeries,
we've had a conversation. Ooh.
Yeah. So I had this. You know,
damn. That's gonna leave it. That's gonna be there.
Oh, that's there. Yeah. That's a scar for life.
There.
And that's why. So I've had 2 surgeries since then. Yeah. And probably need another one.
Are you able to work right now? Are you able to, okay.
So that's the blessing. That's what I'm saying. I was gifted with this blessing. You know, that I've been able to recover from my shoulder. You know, and have these surgeries and still be able to survive. And I just had all this time that normal people don't get to focus only on music. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm not having to balance. Oh, I get home from work, I'm tired, I got to do this, I'm still trying to grind. No, every day when I wake up, I'm making music every single day, and you know, in some form or other things that, you know.
So you understand what I went through too when I was in my situation. It sounds like you did not take. You knew, hey, I'm off for a little bit. I'm being taken care of financially a little bit. It's not the craziest, but I'm there. I'm good. And I can wake up and really, really, really focus. On the music. On one thing at a time. And you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I got to worry about how I'm going to do this. How am I going to pay? I got to get up and get in the car and drive. And the car's fucked up. You don't have to. It's so many things that pave that way. And you're like this with the blinders on to where you can focus. So
and never
I understand a little bit. About
never in my life have I had this opportunity where I'm just able to focus on music. And so it was a blessing in disguise, you know, painful shit with this. And, you know, my arms, I got very limited range of motion.
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a minute, you know, and I'm probably not going to be able to go back into certain fields and stuff. I don't know. See what the future holds.
Hey,
well, I did permanent damage.
I'll tell you what, we'll put this in the universe right here. We're gonna invoke the universe to know, like, it's music bound.
The
income is music. We talk about it all the time on the Roaches podcast. We talk about the people we bring on the Roaches podcast and the stories and the trials and tribulations that we all go through. And you can't put any kind of price on that.
No.
But it ultimately does come down to us as the artists, as the creators, to make it happen. And it goes without saying, it's a fuck ton of hard work. It's so much hard work.
But it could be fun too. It could be fun too, even at our old ass ages.
Once the fun goes away, I'd be a caveat on that to say that at one point in time, for me, musically, it stopped getting fun for a while. And it transpired to a domino effect of things that may have transpired to this day and this day forward. But recognizing, making a change, realizing, accepting, staying humble, focused, and understanding, like, there's still an avenue to continue forward. There's still an opportunity to take it forward and grow bigger and better.
Absolutely.
And keep going, man. And that to me is the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
Where are we at right now? 138. That's actually not bad.
Not bad.
It's
not
actually
bad.
not that bad.
And you dropped a couple. You dropped a 38. Yeah, you good. You good.
It's not bad.
But you dropped a couple projects, right?
Well, I've been dropping.
We're gonna wrap it up.
I've been dropping.
15,
Okay,
20.
that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been dropping a bunch of shit. Well, actually, I'm sitting on a ton of music right now.
Right.
Because a lot of things with this thing, it's exclusively signed, so they decide when it's going to be coming out, and I'm sure you.
But
type of signing.
But you got some
There's
stuff
contracts.
But we can say it without saying we got the exclusive listen to the records,
we did.
and let's.
There's some anthem. There's some anthem type shit.
Bro. Our boys on his job, man, doing
all produced by him too. So
crazy.
Gotta say it's crazy.
Crazy.
So when I got into it, like the first opportunity I had was for like March Madness basketball, and I brought Phil in on that one too. Nothing ended up getting placed because we were kind of at the end of the deadline, and they were just trying to push it in there at the last thing. Yeah. But either way, the thing with Sync is once you have these songs, once you have these songs, they're already in your catalog. Yeah. Like, and your catalog is what brings you money. Yeah. So the more material you have and a bigger catalog, they just start rolling over years and years. It's a thing where when you're evoking emotion, it's more timeless. Yeah. It's more timeless, and that doesn't matter at what point.
It's about, and you and I need to link on that.
Okay.
Let's get some more records done, bro. Yeah, we have to get more records done.
And with that said, we're going to get ready to get into our new segment, or well, not new segment, but of our regular segments.
Sorry, I'm smoking so much.
You got...
No, you're not.
No, go ahead. It's what happens, man.
Yo, listen, I smoke this. Yo, he said he smokes, I smoke this motherfucker out, bro.
I smoke too. I get lit after 2 beers. After 2 beers, I'm over here lit like this.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I be lit, yo, every single time. I got this part. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He had one shot. I probably had
I had one shot. I be lit, so I gotta chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? I know how to do my thing. You know what I mean?
I smoke every time. Like, I mean, not
it's
at my
all
home
right.
studio.
It's a
now,
social thing.
When I used to be in the studio, I'd just be, smoking and smoking. And
and it's
I'm a chain smoker down here, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you, but like. You know what I mean? This is like old
It's made
shit,
for it.
bro.
It's
like,
made for it down here.
And
when
this
you
is dope.
It's thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Is it, and what's your how can we look you up again? How can people find you once again?
Just Ryan Collins, man.
Old videos or your newest
a bunch of my old video. Everything that I've ever done on YouTube is up there.
Okay, got you. Because he's done some work, ladies and gentlemen. He's nice. We're not gonna bring nobody on here that's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not nice with it. You know what I mean?
Nah, and personally for me,
find you.
And personally for me, like, you know what I mean? And he's already plugged it in, but like personally for me, man, this is one that I pushed.
Yeah.
Actually, my YouTube is Collins the Artist.
Collins.
So at Collins the Artist. COLLINS the Artist.
THE. Artist.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So when you go to YouTube, just at Collins the Artist. That's got all my shit on it.
Okay.
That I put out on YouTube is, a lot of the stuff that I'm working on now is not out there.
Right. Okay.
But I'll be dropping like I got a video coming out soon for some of the new material I got.
Word.
You allowed
to name that video or no? You don't
Stars and Stripes.
Got you.
Yeah, Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes.
Yes, let's go. Let's fucking go.
That's gonna be something. All right.
That's an anthem type banger.
I literally had to make sure that Collins got on here, man, and shout out to him, man. He made the fucking journey.
Yeah, man.
Made the fucking journey. He was 2 hours away.
Almost
3 hours.
Almost 3.
Thank you for coming down here, man. Thank you for coming down here. You know what I mean? And
for sure.
And and he said we're doing off the love. You know what I mean? So which was dope because we.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Man. I don't need nothing. I'm just chopping it up.
You know what I mean. So that shows his character and everything. But we're about to get into a different type of
thing
situation.
And before we get into we got some special new sponsors here for the Roaches podcast. So first off, I want to shout out to Pizza Crust Insurance Company, okay? Because today's episode is insured by Pizza Crust Insurance Company.
Yes.
Protecting your leftover crusts from roommates, raccoons, and rogue roaches.
Yes, sir.
Don't let your midnight snack become someone else's breakfast.
Hey.
Okay? You need to get coverage now in Crust Retrust. Not only that,
sir. We got another one.
Shout out to Uncle Tony's Drain Snake Emporium.
Hey!
Shout out to our sponsor, Uncle Tony's Drain Snake Emporium, home of the only drain snake that doubles as a roach leash.
Okay.
A roach leash, whether you're unclogging mystery goo or walking your pet pest. Uncle Tony's got your back. And by the way, family owned and questionably legal.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to our sponsors, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to our
And oh shit, breaking news. We got a third sponsor for this next segment. Expired Juice Monthly. And this episode is fermented by Expired Juice Monthly, the subscription box that delivers forgotten fridge finds straight to your door. Mango Mystery, Grape Regret. We've got it. Sip boldly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You on some damn jail shit. That'll get you drunk as hell. That
that's what I hear. I don't know nothing about it.
That only leads to lead.
Allegedly.
Into the segments of segments with none of the forgettable moments, which we like to call. And thank you, Collins, for being here for one of our favorite things. Is what we like to call the random roaches. And if you've been living under a rock or under a submarine that was going to find the Titanic, the Roaches podcast brings you the random roaches with thoughts, collectives, ideas, questions, or just a simple phrase of what we like to do. We pull it from our random roach tin,
which is the ashtray, basically.
The ashtray.
Think about your roaches in the ashtray,
which has been collectively written and submitted by our friends, family, loved ones, guests,
supporters,
rappers, producers.
Anybody, assholes.
I saw a couple leprechauns coming here after touching the rainbow and said,
Mr. Ben left a couple too.
Roaches like, I don't have to after me go. That will remain in.
Yes.
Never canceled.
And so what
we always got a crest in our guests. It's in the motherfucking Random Roaches podcast.
So go ahead, Collins. You get the first pick. You know what I'm saying?
Random Roaches.
Boom. What we got?
I can't wait.
What we got?
I can't wait.
Do we live in a simulation?
Oh, shit. I mean, that one can go on forever because it's so. I seen a video with someone let off a rocket, and it just kept going up and going up and going and went past the skies and everything, and then it hit like this dome at the top, like pink. You know what I mean? It fell down. So
not the firmament.
I don't know, man. The simulation. I don't think it's a simulation. I think that, but then again, I don't know. When they came up with the Matrix, it makes you wonder. That's all I can say. When they came up with the Matrix, it makes you wonder.
I think this AI shit is going to another level, man. It's kind of scary. You know, a lot of people don't know the scary sides of it. I don't think I live in a simulation, no. Because I have I believe in a higher power I call God. And I think that everything is, which that's a newfound, somewhat newfound relationship. I've always had relationship with God. But like, I think certain things happen. Nothing in the world happens. Nothing in God's world happens by mistake. And I think that there's certain things in my life that have just, brought me to the place I'm at, and there's a reason for it. So I don't dig the simulation thing. I'm not going for it.
Right.
But I don't know. This technology is getting crazy.
What do you think, Philly?
I'm with Collins on this one because I do believe that we're not in a simulation, so to speak, but we are in what we need to be in, written by the good Lord above. So I believe that everything is written, has been written, has always been predicated on just that alone. And for me, my faith continues on the path to never give up on my faith, or where my highs and lows, trials and tribulations come into. So I feel like sometimes I need to be tested and reconciliate my faith and realize like I'm on that path that I was meant to be on.
Word.
That's me.
All right. Go into the
Clockwise.
clockwise.
You're
Is that clockwise?
Yeah.
It is, ain't it? Shit.
You over there lit up.
By the way, we are sponsored also by Chocolatey Berry Ranch. Yes, got me nice.
That son of a bitch don't cut your mouth.
And future sponsor.
That right.
That's
right and late.
Best R&B singer in your opinion. Oh, damn.
Lord have mercy.
Woo. Best R&B singer?
I don't know. See,
The first thing that popped in my mind was Breezy. Chris Breezy.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
Same.
I'm thinking Chris Breezy, man.
Same.
Breezy is.
I think I don't know too many dudes. I mean, Brian McKnight.
Fuck. That's a great one.
See, I'm not the big on R&B.
Same. Me neither.
I didn't grow up like
I'm big on
listening to-
R&B.
But I can't do a solo artist because if I would
Wait,
say
best
it would
R&B,
be,
best R&B. God, SZA, SZA is one of my. SZA is up.
I was
there
gonna
with
say Boys to Men.
me. But I can't.
That's a
You
group.
can go way back.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking.
Way back.
R&B.
Way
I'm
back.
thinking. That's why I said Chris Brown because I'm thinking he's the
Yeah.
first guy I can come up with because
See, Breezy, man, it's just
Before
been
him-
timeless, bro, and it's been so relevant for so long, and has never lost a step.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
never lost a step. It's been like 20
Never
fucking
lost
years.
a step, proverbially. R&B, Chris Brown.
All right.
We think Chris Brown.
We even beat the shit out of Rihanna. Never lost a step.
Damn, man, yeah.
But the crazy,
he gained steps. He gained steps even when he lost. Oh man,
he
damn.
didn't sprain an ankle,
Yeah.
so that's a positive.
There's old schools, man, that, you know,
But I'm
we're
just
the
thinking about
pioneers of
the
R&B,
best
too.
R&B.
I don't know, man. He's like, man, he's up there for
Nah,
me.
we
man.
tripping. I know a lot of people be like, "Yo, crazy." You don't know.
I ain't gonna lie
They're gonna
though.
be like, yo,
I ain't gonna lie
Stevie
though.
Wonder, they're gonna be like a whole bunch of
Nah,
shit.
man.
Like,
For me, man,
it's a lot.
how many
it's a lot.
vibes have you bopped out to T-Pain to though? For real.
See now,
Even though
sometimes,
T-Pizzle,
you know, that's the drink.
yeah, but
right
I
there.
mean, I'm talking about the bartender. Ooh, she had me.
he definitely had a run.
I'll say this. T-Pain proved he can really sing too without the.
That's what I'm saying, man. Without
we
the
ain't gonna shut him down.
auto-tune.
Yeah, we ain't gonna shut him down. We ain't gonna shut T-Pain down.
Man,
we talking about the
T-Pizzle.
greats, bruh. We talking about okay.
T-Pain is one of the greats.
I mean, the greats, like, you gotta think, even, like, I do not condone. You know where I'm going with this?
You go a little R. Kelly action.
R. Kelly, man.
Yo,
I
R.
want
As
Kelly
far
too.
as the music,
Yeah.
he's a piece of shit
Listen,
as a human.
Yes,
It
it
doesn't
is.
have to be
Piss
explained,
on
but
you.
R.
I
Kelly's
on
the
you.
voice. We're talking about the
But
voice
man,
of the vibe. Yeah, R.
there
Kelly's
wouldn't be
one
no
of the
Chris
greatest.
Browns. There
Yeah.
wouldn't be no-
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think
got
so.
a point here. R. Kelly could be
let's
Mary
just-
J. Blige.
Mary J.
There's-
Blige. Yeah, man.
She
that's
was the
different.
best.
It's
She was
different.
the best artist I've ever seen live.
Yeah, there's
I've been
nobody.
to all kinds of concerts. Mary J. I saw her with Jay-Z. She was the absolute best performer. She sang like she was about to die the next day.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mary gives.
See,
Mary J.
when you talk about shit like that
I
realness,
just
you
had
know it's
personal
authentic.
experience.
Yeah. You know it's all, yeah, when you got experience, that's authentic. For me, it's definitely fucking Hanson.
It's me.
Ooh,
I had that on cassette back in the day.
No, I'm just kidding, man. All right, so I got my random roach here.
Yeah.
I still got to do mine. So, okay. Why do you guys call the studio the Stu-zeum?
We can both answer this one.
Great American question. Great question. American question. Well, to sum it up if I could, because this is my shit, I own it. It's a studio/museum.
Hey, you can't get
And-
no clearer than that, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
mean, it's as simple as that, man. It's a museum of nostalgic vibes.
Euphoric vibes.
It's euphoric. It's
If y'all can
everything.
see this, it's crazy.
Nostalgic, euphoric,
It would take
fucking
a month to dissect everything that's in this place.
we tell everybody that comes here, you're in for an
appreciate that.
experience because it's an experience right now. It's
And this house is a museum in its own because it's
Oh my
built
God.
old as like
There's a
19.
bat over here hanging
Yeah.
with barbed wire.
Yep,
on it.
there's monkeys and shit
Bro.
running around upstairs and shit.
That's
climbing from
That's
vines.
The Walking Dead.
All
Okay.
types
So
of
I got it
shit.
That would be
sectionized.
probably my weapon of choice too.
Facts, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why it's my
Louisville slugger
favorite.
with
You got
barbed
like,
wire.
you got the Walking Dead section.
Got the
You got my
Predator.
Philadelphia Eagles section. You got my 1980s
I'm
NECA
a
Turtles
Giants
section.
fan.
You got Pokemon, you got Breaking Bad, you got the DC, you got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie version, you got Predator, all the Predators in a diorama I corrected myself. You got the Gremlins, you
We're
got
gonna do a whole fucking
Marvel,
thing on this shit.
you got Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Mortal
This shit can be
Kombat.
studied. Like it could be
I
studied.
mean, it's
You got the whole thing. What's that shit called? Like a memorial type deal. The whole visual.
oh
for the
yeah,
Natty
like
Light.
a whole fucking
Every Natty
a
Light can that's ever
montage.
come out.
Yeah.
It's the collective.
But I look at it
as
like
we
this, it
talk
could be
about
studied
man.
because everything in your life, even people of older age and different decades, different like eras in life can come here and be like, yo, I was alive when that happened. You even know anything about that young man?
Yeah.
Like I'll see shit in here and tell people like you wasn't even born like when that came out. You what you know about He-Man? You don't know nothing about He-Man.
And
You don't know
even
about this.
and even a lot of the little things that are like trickled in as a as like an Easter egg has also been a part of my musical career and the things that I've went through. So like when I talk about like a stuseum or a museum and a studio museum, it's like also my personal experiences that I've went through, the things that I've accomplished throughout the years, the things I've acquired, the accolades and the trophies that I've won, and you know,
It's a beautiful spot.
the equipment that I've recorded my first beats or songs on or laid my first guitar riff on, they're all here in this places of places with all the new and familiar faces.
Alright, you got yours. Yeah,
Let's
you on yours.
go.
We'll get to me and then we'll bang. We'll get ready to wrap this shit up.
I love it, man.
Yes, Roaches podcast. Ryan Collins in the fucking building.
This one's similar to my last.
Fucking
Let me pick
episode.
another one.
It is okay. Go ahead. You can
It's
fold it
the
back
Matrix
up. Yeah,
effect.
all right. Fold it back
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
put
throw
it
it
back in
away.
there.
Okay.
You can throw it away.
Or you can put it back in there. Just have somebody else.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Flying.
Flying, yeah, flying,
Flying.
I'm down with flying, too.
Actually, no. You know what? Healing. If I get, I'd hit. I want flying. Oh, but that to me, that's selfish. I would have to have healing.
Ain't that
I would have
selfish?
healing. I would have healing.
Bro, if I ain't never got to have a car again and make car payment, I can just be like,
But
I'm
if I
thinking
could,
like
watch
Goku.
that,
Like
too.
if I'm Goku,
Yeah. If I
There's so
could-
many too, though. I mean, you could go like the limitless route where you had a mind or something too that could.
True.
And you don't have to use it in the same way that movie did, where they just did it self-seeking,
Yeah.
trying to get rich and be the best at whatever. But you could help so many people if you just had the mind to create things and change the world.
that's why I say healing, because healing you can heal people,
Healing.
but then healing has its. You could be the
Limitations.
you can end up being.
I
just
mean,
that
you never
person.
get
You
the
can
true
rule-
power of
if you-
healing.
Well, the whole thing
Like if
is,
somebody's dead, you can't revive them.
Well, one thing
but
is-
like if you're healing,
But maybe
you
you
have-
could if it's a superpower.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a
yeah,
superpower.
but there's
so when I-
always limitations
But-
to certain superpowers.
But this is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. My not even a limitation. It would just be like a evil. Like an evil.
So
I
healing evils.
healing could make me the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
And I can be a
Well, you
dick
could,
to you
You
if
could
you
end up
don't-
healing people that
that
Aren't
are
supposed to
not
be here
supposed to be healed.
You know what I mean?
Or I can just be
Shouldn't be,
looking
so
at
then
you
they
like
come and fuck
See?
you up.
passing judgment on you and not healing you because I don't like you.
That's true.
Like that's I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
you
you
have your
had a-
downfalls, but I'm just saying you're right.
Yeah.
Every power has its kryptonite. It has its little thing that's gonna go.
I'll tell you
My
what,
thing-
flying don't.
it really don't, and that's why that's the sidebar. That's the sidebar. Of what I was gonna say. That's why I would pick flying. Some people would pick and be invisible. I thought about being invisible, but that's evil.
Why
man.
would you want to be invisible?
Why not?
though?
That'd be fun. Yeah, you could be seen.
I mean, it'd be like,
But that'd be dope. That'd
Right
be
behind
dope.
you.
Nah, like for me, if I couldn't be seen, I ain't thinking about.
bro, that's the most cap fucking superhero ever.
But nah, my thing is, if you couldn't be seen, you could.
I watched The Invisible
I'd be
Man.
dope.
It all
That
ends
shit
up
was
in
dope.
creepy fucking shit.
That shit
You're a
was dope.
creeper at that point.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't say it out loud. I don't be known as a creeper.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to fly too.
Yo, I just want to be invisible, son.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got here. Damn. If you could have, did you just put this one back in there?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one. If you got a superpower, what would it be?
Yeet.
Let's see.
I want to know the music one.
What we got. Some of them you be like, we had a couple good ones when we first started this shit. It's like, oh, come on, man. Like that like, when we throw that one away?
Yeah,
Throw that one away?
absolutely.
Throw that one away? Like we just these.
Yeah, roaches are one and done. Don't throw them back in the tray.
Yeah, it's like a good one. What do we got here?
Come on, it's gotta be a good one.
Best boxer of all time, male or female?
Male.
Yeah, male, for sure.
No, male or
Yeah.
or I think it's saying male or female. This is male / female.
Never mind. Sorry.
I'm going with
So male or you name a male. I guess best boxer of all time.
Muhammad Ali.
And why?
He stung like a butterfly, or he flew like a butterfly and stung like a bee. I mean, that's why you called him Muhammad Ali.
I don't know.
He had a catchphrase. I don't know.
I mean, as far as like energy, I'm not saying he's the best of all time.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson
I was gonna,
had a fear that nobody, like, there was nobody wanting to fuck with Mike Tyson in his heyday. And that dude was 18, 21 years old. He was knocking out grown men just like that had been doing it their whole life. And he's just
a furious monster. Tapped into a level.
His interviews, man, were like just so comical.
Eat your heart, eat your soul.
Yeah.
I want to eat your children.
I'm gonna eat your children.
Now let me ask you something. What is the object of boxing?
I don't know.
If you were in a fight, what is the object not to happen to you?
Out.
What's the object not to happen to you?
Out.
Not to get hit, right?
Yeah.
So
Mayweather.
Or not to get knocked out.
That's what I was about to go
like
with.
You said.
That's what I was about to go with. I had to go with Mayweather. Only because based off of that, I've never seen a
Mayweather
defense.
is a good one.
He's
Mayweather's
50, he's
hell of a fucking
fought
record.
all the best fighters. He whooped all their ass except for those one or two that was close. But my thing is, he powered through all that, and he's shown that defense.
His stamina was
amazing, unmatched.
See, the only thing I can say, go ahead.
Now, to sidebar that, when you're like Muhammad and people like that, you've lost and you came back to redeem yourself. That can make you a champion as well, because loss, and when you come back and you revive yourself, redeem, that makes you a great champion as well. Nothing's wrong with losing. I just think the fact that Mayweather's never lost and all his fights have been damn near perfect, like the execution of excellence. I'm thinking about Bret Hart.
I mean, I did the long
execution of
the stamina,
all the great. And he fought names. He fought fighters.
His defense.
His defense is amazing.
He was offensive at first. In his career.
He changed it.
And then as he got older, he kind of changed.
Like,
I get that. My only problem with Mayweather is that I feel like later in his career he started padding them stats. He started picking fights. For that.
Very selective.
Okay.
It wasn't like that authentic. Like I'll take the I want the baddest motherfucker right now.
Yeah. But you know what though?
You bring the baddest motherfucker, let's go.
You gotta think about it like this though. We could say that, but as a boxer, and you see someone younger over there, and someone that's like a little boy, you like nah.
See, here's my problem though with
he might knock me out. I ain't going to. You as a man will look and be like, I'm not gonna give him a chance. Right? I'm not gonna do that.
I still think Mayweather would have won.
But but you got to be smart too. It's nothing wrong with saying, okay, these boxers are not. They're fearless, but they're smart too. Like
Well, he's business smart, and that's the reason is he was picking people based on money. I think.
And I think so too.
I think there's a conditioning level too.
But he beat
when it comes to boxing.
Like
I think there's a very like. I never really understood it or got it, but I know that there is a strategy and a science behind baseball, which. They say America's sport, but to me, personally, I'm looking right at you, GoPro, the most fucking boring sport besides soccer. That shit is cap, bro.
Yeah, sorry, baseball? You talking about baseball?
Bro, baseball is so fucking boring.
Hey,
like, that's sorry. Like, I'm trying to take an afternoon nap watching some baseball,
I can't watch
bro.
it, but I used to like to play it.
Yeah, I used to.
It's like golf. I like to golf every once in a while, but I can't now because
I love the idea of sports in general.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about like that catacomb of like,
yeah, you're not gonna see me sitting down watching
like most exciting type shit. And then the only thing I can say about Tyson, again, you get honest Phil 100% of the time. Is man that fight with Paul and Netflix, I couldn't tell you how many times I counted that Tyson would have fucking knocked that dude's head off of his skull.
We all know this.
Bro, he literally pulled back like, and his monster instinct would just been like, bah!
Yeah, there's certain optics.
That primal there.
I mean,
they weren't gonna let it happen.
We were not gonna let it happen. One hit.
And Mike's not that same.
And
not that same dude anymore either.
That's what pisses me off though about sports now.
Yeah.
That's why you got to keep it somewhat.
But you know what though, I'll be honest with you, and I agree, brother. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I just look at it too, and I know you look at it like this too. On the flip side, it's all entertainment. At the end of the day, they were able to bring so many fucking people in on that shit to bring people. Go ahead and stop singing.
Oh yeah, slap sing.
Just turn on that. Just burn. Shout out to the slap sing. We'll introduce Brian Collins to the infamous slap sing real quick. Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to. Does he know where it's at? Right there. Turn on the water.
Where it's at.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a little thing on the slop sink here.
It's hard. It's very hard to find in between.
Hey, yo, just so y'all know, there's a stool by the slop sink. Phil put it there for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to make a whole fucking.
Short people.
I'm about to literally make like a whole like a display sign, like a wrap around the like slop sink.
For short people.
Just slop sink action, bro. It is literally the.
You gotta get a sign that says a slop sink.
It has to have its own sign. I can't believe I haven't done that. Yeah, seriously, like I can't believe I haven't done that yet. That's actually a great observation.
Yeah, shout out to the motherfucking slop sink, man.
Man,
like I said, we're gonna do one of that. Yeah. We're gonna do one in Stuzium. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna get it in, man.
And the fact is, we got one more roach clip.
Yeah, roach clip
or. Random roach.
No,
I gotta finish up. We got that too.
We got that too. We got the roach clips too.
Oh yeah, the roach clips coming, man.
You know what I'm saying? We got the roach clips coming. Yes, lovely.
I gotta tell you.
Slop sink approved.
It's a whole new vibe, bro. It is the most ghetto white trash shit you could fucking do. But
that's all right, bro.
I'll tell you what.
I used to pissing outside when you open the door.
Yo, listen, when I discovered the slop sink and when I decided to crest the slop sink, I was like, yo, why do I need to go 2 stories up just to take a piss?
Yeah.
When I can literally just
do that right here. Yeah.
Slop sink this motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
All right, our last one.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, is it you?
Yeah, it's me, bro. Come on, man.
My bad. You're right. I did this one.
You know, I gotta go into the. Oh, this is a nice brand.
Like a nice one.
Oh, this one's rolled up.
Yes, sir.
This one's rolled up.
All right.
Okay, what do we got?
Do you think President Trump will win the election? He should be sitting in there.
This is the worst one ever. Best headphones.
Oh, come on, man.
Actually looks like my handwriting.
Well, you can.
No, because I'm normally writing red.
All right, so I don't know. We're not gonna do that. You know, we got a new rule on random roaches. If it's stupid, we're just gonna toss it.
Yeah, we're gonna toss it. Best headphones. I mean, it's your preference.
Yeah, some roaches are too blown up. You can't, you know.
Yeah, a lot of times we be filming just like fuck that.
Yeah.
No more.
I think we've done this one before too. Best song from Little Skies. We've done that one. But what's your opinion?
I like his new.
Actually, what's your opinion?
What's the last video he put out?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Evolution of a Rose.
It's so many of them.
That's the album, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
that's
talking
the album.
about
I don't know the last.
I'll tell you what.
Pop rock type joint that kind of he had like a rock. Man,
Falling Backwards.
It can be Falling Backwards.
That's a great record, but
I mean that's not my favorite probably. But I like where he's going.
Yeah, but the intro for me was my favorite.
Okay.
I'm so sick.
What was the question though? The question was his favorite song.
His favorite song. But for me, it's always been Lettuce Sandwich.
I like Magic. I like Magic, but I'm not saying it's my favorite. But I like Magic, and I like and this is not like it's the best song, but I like Fidget. I like Fit the Vibe of Fidget.
Yeah, I mean, he's got. I'm not even. I can't cap her. He's got so many great records.
He's got songs that you guys have never even heard before. That is like,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
amazing.
Right. We'll do one more quick one.
All right. Let's see.
Make it.
Let's go ahead. This is unfair. You psychosomatic son of a bitch. How dare you?
All right.
Dirty Phil, comma. Who is your favorite pet that you own and why?
Oh, wow.
How dare you? Because I don't have kids.
I feel like you've been the type of dude that has a lot of pets. Like you've had a lot of pets.
I mean...
What was the question? Well, who was your favorite pet owned?
And why?
That's tough. I love, I'm a dog dude.
Who knows you got pets besides me? Well, I think everyone does. I mean, not like you don't show them or whatever, but... Oh, man, look. You know what? This is just like kids. This is like asking who's your favorite kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see how he answers it, because we know how to answer that as dads.
I feel like any answer I give is going to be wrong.
Yeah, but
it's not fair.
You should know how to answer it. Don't hold yourself to a fucking standard, dog.
I mean...
Answer how you want to answer it. Bang, Dirty Phil. You just supposed to say, I love all my kids the same, bro. That's it. They ain't no, I love all my pets the same. They're my kids.
Yeah. But
so, boom. But I want you to know.
We got post pets, though, because, like, Buzz.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. You've probably had some pets in your day.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
I mean, he was our first cat ever.
And they go with life memories, too.
Yeah. But see, that's why I say they're like kids. You have kids, right? We have kids. To me, it's no different. I've been around these pets for forever. They're his kids.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
You know, Eli's been the most long-winded motherfucker that survives.
That's my guy.
That motherfucker will survive.
He got gray hair with me. He was black with me. He started
can't fucking hear.
He can't see. He can't walk. Just sitting up there.
But you say you want to go to bed, and he's like,
Yep. And I've been there since he was young, and all of them damn pets up there. I done seen a couple rounds go through here. So it's like they're kids. They're like, that's my guy coming down right now. We're looking at him. Yep, there he is.
Mr. Ben.
Yep, Mr. Ben.
There he is. Mm-hmm. The incarnation of a female. I can tell you,
anything happen, he coming with me. They already know it. It's a deal. It's a done deal. That's my guy right there.
Yeah. We rescued him in 2020.
Roaches podcast, we got the zoos over here. You know what I'm saying? Kids. Pets are like kids. If you have them, they're like kids. They can be, depending on your situation. They're like kids.
I did see some shit there on some other, where they're like, oh, you compare your pets to kids, and they say you can't do that because they're animals and not humans.
Okay.
And, I haven't
country you live in.
Let you use but I'm just saying, let you lose your dog.
Other countries don't have points like that.
But let you lose your dog that's been with you for 10 years, and you're gonna be dying with it. You're gonna be
raised.
It's like a fucking
a child.
It's like a child. It's like your brother, your sister.
I mean, they still have needs. You gotta feed them. You gotta take them out. You still gotta do all this.
Let's just say not like kids, but let's just say like a family.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Okay, so animals can be a little bit worse than kids, because no matter how old they grow up, kids can learn how to use the toilet.
Well, that's why I said I'm gonna change the family members.
I still gotta go out and clean my 17-year-old pug shit up out the yard and still take him out to go fucking do the fucking
if moms gets old and she can't wipe her ass, you're gonna be here to wipe her ass too. So it's like, I feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Why was that a conversation yesterday, by the way? Why was that a conversation, by the way?
I mean,
it's me and my brother.
I've had newborn babies and I've had puppies, and they're about close to raise.
Very similar, bro.
You know, they whine at night that you gotta take them out, you gotta do this, just like getting out, changing.
And then when they grow up, the dogs get used to everything. They can start taking care of. You just gotta let them out. You still gotta do things. Look, when you're 40 years old, you still might remember when you at mom's house. Yeah, certain things you can't do. but you'll still eat a plate of food and leave that plate on the counter and run out.
You're
and
right,
moms
you're
will
right.
go and take, boy, bow, hit you right in your shit. And
No,
go,
not
"How
me.
many fucking time?" But
Not
moms,
me, bro.
But moms will clean it up, right? Moms will be there to do. So,
But yeah, they do that.
yeah, you know what I mean. So we
They
are-
do that, man.
We gotta
The,
keep it
the
in order.
parents, they always be like, man, this motherfucker.
Yeah, we gotta keep it in order. You know
They'll
what
still
I mean?
clean
They
and be
know
like,
us.
ah, that's mine.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man.
It's great having you here today, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
was great to be here.
I think
Awesome
we
having
shared
you.
a lot of cool experiences, some stories.
Yeah.
And you know, you had mentioned earlier that this is the first podcast you ever been
Yeah,
on.
first podcast, man.
So, man,
Roaches podcast.
exclusive.
On the table, man.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Roaches, open
Collins,
the doors
a
up. Yeah.
legend,
Yeah,
an
sir.
absolute fucking legend.
Yes.
There's literally no other way to fucking put it, man.
Appreciate that, man.
And thank you for making the trip to come down here and kick it with us here on the Roaches podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And man, oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot more to come.
A lot
man.
more to come.
A lot
man.
more to come.
Yeah, man.
Period.
Yes, sir, man.
Yep,
Appreciate
so,
having you, man. And,
All right.
you know what I mean? It's been a beautiful day, brother. We
Might be
working
back
each and
sometime.
every way. You know what I'm saying?
It's just-
We getting this popping on the Roaches podcast. We got Ryan Collins in the motherfucker.
And we're filming on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Which
Yes.
is another crazy. And we
Yes.
started very early.
Yes. Which is okay with us. You know what I'm saying? We got
Actually,
it
I
in.
really love the switch up.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
got
great
it in.
switch up.
We've been busting our ass. We've got a lot of shit coming y'all way. Dirty Skies is coming, you know what I'm saying?
Coming soon.
Collins got some shit coming, you know what I'm saying? Dirty
You
Phil,
know
I'm
it.
sure, got a surprise album up his ass somewhere called 6 p.m.
Collins and I
Yes.
have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll say that. It's going to be crazy, man. But, yeah, this is the Roaches podcast. You've been rocking with us. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Check in on YouTube, Facebook, and all the social media platforms.
Roaches podcast.
All the stupid fucking Gen Z apps are coming
Mm-hmm.
soon, but fuck that shit, man. We keep it humble as a mumble in the jungle. But
Yes, sir.
there's only literally one thing left to say
One
when
thing.
we wrap up an episode like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing we gotta say is, oh, we are out. Yeah.
Yeah. Word.
That's what's up.
Fucking classic.
Word. Word.